All right. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
Yeah. Excited for night 2 in Nightstone. Although, yeah, technically it's getting into night, actually. So it's nighttime here, it's nighttime there, and we're in Nightstone. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad that you're here with us today. I think I was told that there were 6 viewers. Although last week we heard at least 25 people checked in. That's pretty fantastic. So thank you for being part of that. Again, I want to remind you, especially, I mean, you probably have already joined or liked, or what is it officially on Twitch? Follow. That seems so, I should know that already, but yes, thank you for following us. Last week, actually, we're going to go around real quick and do reminders, because before we got started, we were reminding each other who our characters were, and so we're going to do a quick recap. I'm Jeff, I am the DM, and we're going to start over here.
I'm Dave.
This is Dave.
I play Taman, who is a cleric of Helm, and he identifies as human.
There you go.
I'm Mike. I play Sark. He is a half-orc cleric of Gond, and yeah, he's just a big, muscly half-orc who almost died last session.
Yes,
So, yeah.
yes, so very close. Ward max damage. Woo!
Relentless endurance.
Man, oh man.
Play the game.
Thankfully, the con score was not the dump stat, right?
Nope.
Very good. All right, next.
I'm Rachel. I play Zetari, the Tiefling Bard.
Mm-hmm. The Tiefling Bard, and we were trying to figure out if she was hot pink, as in like she's super bright pink, or if she's attractive and pink. That discussion was going on. I think you can tell us that, or you can tell them they can figure that out on their own.
You can figure that out.
There we go. All right, so we know she's hot pink. If there's a comma in there or not, we don't know. All right.
I'm Daniel. I'm playing Hidden Scratch, the roguishly handsome Tabaxi rogue.
Do any of the female characters around the table think he's handsome? I'm just curious.
I mean, he's a cat.
He's a cat. I mean, cats
Cats are pretty.
by nature have a handsome attitude, I guess, you know? Okay, just curious. Very good. Scratch, and he said he's roguish.
Yes.
He's got eye patch.
He
Yeah.
does wear an eye patch.
Okay.
And I've had it for no reason.
For no reason.
Now we know.
I'm Luann. I play Adri. She is an Eldrin elf wizard. Currently, her mood, I guess, is what you would call it.
Yeah.
Is autumn.
Okay. So she's pretty nice and trusting, and
Yep.
she's even willing to trust some goblins, some questionable characters, but yeah, I like her already. Benefit of the doubt.
More questionable is that she was willing to trust a ward.
I didn't know what
I don't
it
know
was.
if that happened. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
She was debating whether or not she would try
She,
to talk with them.
she might have been like, "Oh, big puppy! Oh, almost killed our friend. Never mind."
It's
Well,
fine.
puppy,
We
it's
have
as
another
tall as the
cleric.
house.
That's right. We do have another cleric, so
Well, that was Sark up until he thought to say, dude, no big puppy. He's like, oh no, he bit me, that hurt.
he bit you and slammed you.
I'm
All right.
dead. No
I know
way,
better
I'm
now.
alive.
All right, and last but not least, of course.
So I am Mark. I'm playing the Air Cockra named Key, just Ki, and he is currently a little bit flightless. He's injured in battle, and he is currently adventuring to seek to rectify that through either the magical means. He's a druid, so he's eventually going to achieve the ability to fly through magic, or possibly through healing. down
Very
the road.
good, very good. And we will have character bios up sooner than later. We're working on those, and I don't really have a character, so I'll just talk about Jeff a little bit, I guess. All right, so let's talk about what happened last week. So we have an Eladrin who came across a bird with a broken wing, and in their generosity and kindness, must have been feeling kind of autumn at that point as well. Helped out, and that's how you guys got together. Again, how did you two find one another?
He has been following me for 2 days.
Yes, he's been following you. That's right. You're hot pink, and so he's like, "Oh look, hot pink. Haven't seen that before. I got to find out more." And he happened to be walking kind of the same general direction, and Already we have tension in the group. So
Words.
fantastic.
Restraining order.
Usos exist.
I think they might.
We can work on it.
Are they magic?
At least in this area, the only one who's going to be able to do that is Lady of Elarosa Nandar. So you might be able to talk to her about that. So she's the local noble. You two found each other how again?
He was going south. I was heading north.
We
met
found
in-
each other.
We met in the middle, and it was strange.
Yeah.
Then we got lost in the woods.
Cleric.
Yes, and both receiving. I mean, you both received similarly. You both received the same
same.
kind of
Message?
Directions.
yeah, but not very direct. Just like here's a name, figure it out.
Go help.
And the way that you found it must have been.
I was told to head south. He was told to head north. And
Yeah, so obviously it was a god thing, a god's thing, because they're both
Yes.
separately doing it, and somehow you managed to stumble in through the woods. And
our
find
gods
the right
had a
way.
laugh because they told us generally where to go, but not specifically where to go.
Sure.
Yes. All right. So you guys found each other. You're all heading to Nightstone for a few different reasons. As you're approaching, you hear. Do you remember what you hear going on?
Gonging.
Yes.
Church
there's
bell.
A
Stupid
bell going, and it was kind of off and on and random. So you kind of picked up your pace. You got there, and first thing you notice is that there's holes in buildings that you can see. They have these. There's a lot of wooden. There's like a fence, wooden fence. I forgot what they call it. There's an official name for it. Bailey.
Palisade, yeah.
Yeah, Bailey. Wooden Baileys all the way on the side, and so you guys head in, and there's no guards to be seen. There's no people to be seen. So I think you guys went towards the church first just to figure
did
out
the
what the
church
bell was
first.
going on, and lo and behold, you had two goblins having the time of their lives, and you guys quickly stopped that. Bullies.
And cut that
Well, we-
stupid rope
we
off the bed.
subdued-
Yes. You subdued them. That's a nice way of putting it.
I mean, they're still alive.
Yes, and you
They
did
were-
spare them.
They were escorted out the front door.
Yep, they even let them keep some of their stuff, like some incense and a few other, So escorted out the door, and do you remember they were? What did you get from them? What information?
That
They
it
were-
was the day before where they noticed that the townspeople fled, and then later that day, then they came and started raiding the town.
Yes.
We don't know how many, but we know there are more.
No, there's not. Remember, they were very specific that they were the only ones there.
Which
they
is
literally
contradicted by the dead one we found in the inn.
They
It
had
was a
no
very,
friends.
very poor deception.
Yeah.
They may not have friends, but there might be more.
Definitely don't have more there. Okay, so step out there to.
Always impacts you too.
Drawbridge after you escorted them out of town.
I don't think I did.
What happened?
Oh,
Oh,
we should probably
I picked the
do
two
that.
goblins out, and then I burned them out. Then I came back, then I heard growling. So,
Yes.
Sark, being the very inquisitive sort, went to investigate. When he was then accosted by two orcs.
Yes, two orcs. He regretted it immediately. You did make sure that the goblins
Yeah, I made sure that
they,
they left
they,
out of sight.
they went off to the north. Yes. Okay. Yes. And yep. You guys were once again befriended by some interesting creatures that you probably weren't expecting, and that's when Sark got something got a mouthful of Sark, and but thankfully to his orcish resilience, his endurance, he was able to stay on his feet. Barely. You continue in the end, and then yes, you find a dead goblin, recently dead, and rocks crashing through, big giant boulders, and boulders just everywhere. That's just like they're all over. They've been, they're deep in the ground because they obviously fell from some height, enough to make you guys think that some siege engine came through. You head upstairs. Who found what? You found
A lady unconscious.
an unconscious lady, yes, and you guys brought her back, And what was interesting about her? Anyone?
She had a snake.
She did have a flying snake with her. And you kind of questioned her, and she said she was here when the rocks started falling, and she just stayed. And then she was thinking about, after everything calmed down and she couldn't hear anything else, she got up, and that's when she saw goblins, and so she just decided to try to hide, right? You question.
I made friends with the snake.
You made friends with the snake.
Yep.
That's right. You talked to the snake. And what did the snake tell you?
Pretty much corroborated what the woman said, although he seemed to have seen a little bit more than the woman.
Yes.
That there seemed to be some large flying rock throwing the smaller rocks down at the city.
Okay. Yep. So we kind of left on that, although that isn't really where we left things, because you were downstairs and in the kitchen area, and what'd you find?
I looked around and I saw this sack, and then my pants fell down.
That's right. That's right. You walk in and you're like,
Oh, yeah, I guess the one did get a little up.
yeah.
Pulled my pants back up, and then he walked in.
And then he walked in, and you guys immediately went for the loot. We're finding out who our loot goblins are.
Yes.
Truly are. They immediately went for the loot. Love it.
And
Kind of expected of you.
I've got the
Bunch of stuff. Food.
stuff that's in there. Lots and lots of food.
Yeah. And then you found something exciting, but you're not sharing it with anyone so far. What'd you find?
I found a chest upstairs,
Yeah.
but it's locked.
Yes, there was a destroyed room, but on kind of the far wall, one of the few places left standing in that room, there was a big, heavy wooden / iron chest, because that's what it said in the book, that it's a wooden chest, and then that it's also an iron chest. So nice and sturdy, and yeah, and that's where we left things. Did I miss anything?
I believe that's the
All
story.
right. Oh, aside from the bird that went fishing, because why not?
Oh, that's right.
Birds gotta eat.
Drew the attention of the cat. All right, so you are still in the room with the chest. You guys
Or in the kitchen.
are in the kitchen. I think you three are upstairs with the woman and the
Still.
flying snake.
Still being suspicious nonetheless.
Okay. Well, none of you have seen flying snakes before.
Nope.
They're definitely not necessarily. They're kind of a specialty creature, especially one that looks so trained.
Can I make some sort of check to discern if I heard of what those flying snakes were used for?
Sure. You could make a history check.
Check. Okay. I'm a proficient with a +0.
Okay.
That's a 19.
That's a 19. Well, these things are okay. They're used as familiars for wizards, or for druids if they swing that way with those kinds of creatures. That sounded weird. You know what I mean? If that was they enjoyed the presence of such creatures. They're used for messengers. To take messages. They're used to keep mice out of the basement. You know, they're good hunters. So yeah, so they're actually used for all kinds of things, at least by people. So yeah.
Interesting.
So any of you can do whatever you'd like at this point. She yeah, so just a quick moment. She's actually looks like she's about to say something, but feel free to
Oh,
I
continue.
think we should head upstairs.
Yeah. Here, this is shiny. It's a silver jug.
I'm in the northwest room or I'm in the northeast?
You are you are in the northeast room.
Okay.
Yeah,
down
northeast
to
room.
2
They're in the southwest.
Silver
So you're
jug.
kind of
Silver
catty
jug,
across
20
the
gold
hallway.
pieces.
I'm gonna sit down next to that chest I found.
Yeah.
Pout at it a little that I can't open the darn thing. Can't believe I'm going to do this.
Roll persuasion. Just kidding. Anyways.
Can't believe I'm going to do this.
Uh-huh.
I cast a message to the cat.
Oh, very nice. Do you have to see the cat to see?
No, I can pass through solid objects if you're familiar with the target.
And boy, are we now familiar
So
with
you're
this target.
admitting that you're familiar with the target.
2 days. he's following.
And hasn't really stop. Man, stop talking. Oh, I used a lot of words yesterday. I'm catching up. All right. So you hear something in your head.
Can you please come to the northeast room on the second floor, please?
What? Who said that? I said I'd pay the money.
You look. Actually, technically, where you are. I guess I didn't think about this. Technically, where they are and where you are, you wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, they're like right underneath you, meaning like there's also a big giant hole in the floor.
Yeah, I'm not leaning over. 'Cause
That's fantastic.
I'm not going to save myself.
So you hear this voice in your head. It doesn't seem to be coming from any direction. It's coming from every direction.
What'd you say there?
No, nothing.
Do we-
I just must be hearing.
All right. You respond. What do you do?
I can send a response, right?
Yes, you can reply.
Where are you?
I told you that.
Is that because Daniel doesn't remember? Because the cat doesn't.
Cat. I don't know. A little
Okay.
shocked. No one's ever spoken in his head before.
Well, your response made us all think that this has happened
maybe
before.
once.
I'll recap the northeast bedroom of the second floor.
So right above me then?
Yes.
He says that out loud.
Literally out loud I say, yes.
You're coming
I
from
just say,
there.
you realize that was out loud. Who do you owe money to?
Well, you hear her response,
Oh, I'm right next to it.
right? Yeah.
I'm right above you.
Yeah.
There's a hole in the ceiling.
I thought you were messaging him. Not
I was.
Yeah.
And then
But
he
this
responded out
the
loud.
last one, he says, and he says yes, or no, he says, you mean right above me? And you're like, and then you hear her respond. Yeah. Oh.
Wait, did you respond out loud?
Yes, I said yes loudly.
There's like a hole like on the
Yeah.
side of the wall then, or
Yeah. Up through the floor.
Okay.
And she's kind of like up and to the left a little ways from where you are.
So as we're heading up the stairs, are you hearing a voice in your head?
No, only crazy people. I'm not crazy.
Don't worry, you get used to it.
Oh yeah. Man, persuasion check to see if he believes that he was torn. Just kidding. Okay, so you guys head up, and she's sitting in front of a big chest. Sitting, head down, not looking happy, a little defeated, big chest.
I can't open the stupid chest.
Oh no, that sounds so terrible.
And then he just leaves.
Help. Can
Oh, he's making
please
her.
help.
What do you think? You some sort of a cat burglar?
Yes.
You're making her ask you.
I called that.
Oh, well played.
Are you saying that you need him?
Oh my gosh.
I'm saying I would rather jump off the edge of this room than say this again.
Why, I would be most delighted.
All right.
But before I do, can I have a small favor?
I am not moving.
From now on, you will refer to me as Captain Scratch.
Sure.
That's all I want. I'll attempt to open the chest
All right.
First you have to get over to the chest.
without my thieves.
Yeah, you do. You have to. You have to get over there. It's rickety. Yeah, it's
I'm
kinda
sure
rickety.
with my fancy footwork,
All right.
no problem for
I really
me.
hope you fall right there. Give it up, buddy. Give me a dex.
Just the dexterity.
Just straight up dex, man.
12.
That's enough. This isn't too bad. Yeah. So you hear you get lucky.
Not my.
You're kind of watching that one board that you stepped on that you're like, ooh, don't step there, and you're like, please step, please step, please step. Dang it, he stepped right over it. Okay, you're there. Give me sleight of hand, right? Isn't that what you use for locksmithing? Thieves tools.
It's thieves
Yeah, just
tools
thieves
is
tools.
just
Yeah, roll them thieves tools. Okay, just for the record, as you step up, just on the fact that you're proficient in this, right?
Yeah.
Well, of course you do. That's why you have thieves' tools. Your stomach kind of goes, uh-oh, this one might be a little hard. This looks sturdy. You kind of stick it in. You're kind of tinkering around, like, oh yeah, oh crap, this one's gonna be harder than I thought. Roll it up.
Is there enough room over there for me to get over?
Yeah.
I would love
I
to
will.
give him a bardic inspiration
Oh yeah.
Actually,
to make this freaking work.
I was
Lock
going to
this
hop
chest
over
and I will call
and
you captain.
pat him on the shoulder and give
You
him
want to hop?
guidance. Or can I walk? Can I step over?
Yeah, you can give me a dex, or you can hop and give me athletics.
I'll hop.
Okay.
My athletics is better than my dex.
You said hop. I thought that was intentional, and I think it totally works.
17.
All right. Yep. Easy. So you just kind of.
And good luck. And I give him guidance.
What's that feel like when he gets
And
guidance
bardic
from
inspiration.
And bardic
from a
inspiration. So bardic
cleric
It
of
feels,
four?
it feels a little warm and tingly.
Okay.
A D6 from bardic inspiration and a
And a
D4.
D4 from guidance.
So you
Well,
start
I'm-
playing a song.
Yeah.
Mumbling under her
Mumbling.
breath.
Okay. Real quietly. Nice.
Let him guide your hand as you open this lock.
So you feel warm and tingly from that.
Just on the shoulder.
On the shoulder, you just kind of feel a little energy, right?
Tingly.
And then at the same time,
Don't mess this up.
yeah, at the same
Put
time,
you through the floor.
at the same time, the rhythm feels nice. You let the rhythm guide your hands, and
Please, there is no luck safe from me. Natural 1.
So,
oh,
3 people
Too
drop
much
trousers in
pressure.
one night.
the only reason that your tools aren't breaking right now is because the warm tingles, the tingly feeling, and her song. But yeah, I'm afraid that a 5 is not quite enough to get you there.
This cannot be.
Just so you were wondering, I did roll to see if I could push him off.
Oh, did you?
It was only a 5.
Okay.
It didn't roll. It didn't hit him.
All right. Oh. Meanwhile, back with the monk and Flying Snake and 3 other friends. So she
He's going over here.
she asks, "Where did you come from? Why are you here?"
We heard the bell. We needed to come check it out.
So you were just all in the vicinity.
Pretty much.
Well, I had some business here.
An orc,
Half
an elf, half orc,
A lady.
an elf, and a big eagle. Big walking eagle just happened to be in the neighborhood. What's bringing? Is it something bringing you to Nightstone?
Yeah, well, I was just, me and some of my friends were sent to help, you know, some of the other nobles and people that were like hunting in the woods, and I think some of us wanted to talk to the elves, and some of us wanted to, he's gonna scratch his head for a bit.
Well, that seems to appease her. She's like, "Well, you guys came just at the right time to save my skin. I was scared for my life there. What's your plan now?"
Well, I don't know, maybe, see if there's any more of those goblin kids down there and see if we can get them out and maybe see if we can find the townsfolk maybe figure where they went.
Oh yeah, she says, I think I remember seeing a lot of them run north.
North.
Yeah. When I would risk a peek out the window, I could see people fleeing to the north.
If I remember correctly, that's the same direction that the 2 other goblin kids I just kicked out went to.
Yeah, doesn't the road go south? Why would they go north? I didn't know the area. That's why I thought it would be better just to hide out. I'm pretty good at being quiet.
I'll look up and I'll say, well, prey usually runs from predators. Predators probably to the south.
Did you guys come from the south? Ooh. Okay, well, can I just stay close to you guys? I think I feel a lot better now being around such strong individuals as yourselves.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
What exactly are you doing here in Northstone?
She said I was traveling through. I was running low on supplies, coming from what's the big one that's south? I'm a terrible
Waterdeep?
GM. Yeah, from Waterdeep on my way to. My hope is to get to Baldur's Gate, right? Baldur's Gate's way up there, though, right?
Way north, yeah.
Yeah. She says that's my hope, but I saw the sign that it was only. It was that Nightstone was this way, so that's what brought me here. It was closer than. What was the next big one?
Daggerford?
Yeah, Daggerford. Yeah, it's closer than Daggerford. Next time I'll look at my map a little bit more carefully before coming. Yeah, so that's what. Yep.
Kind of shout something.
Sure.
Be like, "Hey, Sark, get over here!
What? What do you want? I'm busy here.
This thing is heavy."
Give me a minute. I want to talk to the nice lady up here.
Wait, lady? Did he say lady?
He sure did.
I need to go introduce myself.
All right.
Are you
Who
traveling
needs an
back across the
invisibility
hole?
spell? He just disappeared.
He hops over
Lady
and on his way. Oh, okay. Yep. There's a.
I'll just gotta continue on. I'll just say,
I'm going to talk to this nice lady here. I'll be there in a sec. And he's in the door.
Anyway, I mean, you were talking about eagles, and I kind of nudged my head over towards Key, and I'm like, it's not too often to see a flying snake, too. I mean, I've heard stories about them, just, I mean, sometimes they hang out with the wild men, and sometimes they hang out with magic folk, and sometimes they carry messages.
Yeah, she kind of pets him.
And
She's inside. Because you were talking to him. She's like, oh,
Stop talking to that.
I mean, just for the record, if I thought you were actually talking to my cat, like, I'd be weirded out. But,
and
man.
And I'll just say, as I
That's
say
just
that,
my cat telling these people.
and I'll make it a point, as I say that last bit about messengers, I'll just kind of furrow my brow a little bit.
Sure. She kind of, this is Flick. And kind of pets him and says, you see right here? And she kind of turns it, so you kind of see there's this kind of big gash across it. She said, I found him when he was young and helped heal him, and he's been with me ever since. He's a good friend.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Thanks, lady.
I'll introduce myself. I'll give a bow.
A flourish, yes.
A flourish, yes. It's a pleasure to meet you, mademoiselle. You may call me Captain Scratch.
Curiouser and curiouser. Just happened to be in the air. Nice to meet you, Mr. Scratch.
Please, Captain Scratch.
Oh, Captain. Yes, Captain Scratch. Sorry.
Well, the cat
I
is
had
proving
no
himself to
idea.
be more and more useless.
Do you guys follow?
No.
No.
So the good captain.
Oh, you could hear, here's the deal. The doors are open. You're just across the hallway. You hear this.
And he hears, the cat is more and more useless.
Yes,
all
you
the
hear
time."
that.
Well, the good captain is neither a pirate nor a rogue or a thief. Clearly.
Clearly.
Doesn't seem to have a boat either.
There is no boat either.
I'm working on it.
After a lack of trying.
She's like, pleasure to meet you. How many are there of you?
Not
And are you all this eclectic?
sadly.
There's a big hole right there. We could just push it.
What if there's something fragile in it?
Sorry.
I look at
I mean,
I look at the woman and I say,
Nick,
eclectic. There's only three kinds here. Me, him, and everyone else.
You said something was heavy.
That's very true.
Yes, there is a large box, and I'm a fan of boxes. Could you move it for me?
You need me just to grab a box? Okay, where is it?
I will show you the way. Please, madam, stay close to me.
Okay, he'll call the police.
All right. And yeah, so this is a. Okay.
Okay, with the hole, it's starting to get crowded in here.
Yeah, it is.
I
It
mean,
is.
There, you could say there's a whole lot of us in here.
Push that mean eclectic. I mean,
How heavy is the
eclectic?
box?
What?
I'm about to tell you. Something we gotta look up here. I figured our rogue slash barn slash whatever would be able to get through all this stuff, but
The natural one told us otherwise.
yes. And can I also just throw this out there that little side note, one of my play styles as a DM is to. Some people get really frustrated when die rolls go poorly, right? And I get that. I'm cool with that. But again, I believe that sometimes failure can be one of the best parts of the game. Not just because I'm the DM and hoping that failure will come sometimes for you, but simply because it offers really interesting opportunities to problem solve like this one. So click, you got it open, fine. But now we're like, well, what do we do now? How do we get creative here? How do we work through this? And so my favorite part about D&D, one of my absolute favorite parts about D&D, is that this helps tell the story. And this helps make some of the best storytelling I've ever been a part of before, because when I'm in control of stories, it's predictable. It can sometimes be kind of boring or cliche, but this creates wonderful stories. So let us celebrate when we fail. All right, so this thing is, let's see. Oh yeah, it's decently heavy. Let's see here. This thing is probably, well, I should say, this thing is a good 70, 75 pounds.
Oh,
It's heavy.
no problem.
No problem for
I can push, drag, or lift 480
Well,
pounds.
I know it is
So-
like, meaning it's not like this. It's like,
Right.
it's big. It's
How
going to
about-
be awkward. It's going to
How
be
about I pick
clunky.
it up and pass it across to you?
okay.
I can 100% help with this.
What's the box made out of?
It is made of, it's got some wood, but everything that matters is made of iron.
So probably like all of the edges and
Edges,
corners
hinges.
and hinges and
So what you're saying is dropping it through the hole in the floor probably will not break it.
I considered it, but it
You
might
can
damage
sure
what's inside.
try.
I don't want to break the
I'm-
inside.
I think
Yes.
I
not
told
damage the inside.
I told my wife for birthdays and stuff like that, I want to continue. I've been collecting DM shirts, and one of them says, "You can sure try," or something like that. You can absolutely try. And so,
Certainly try.
yes.
It was.
Did you have one?
that's what I was wearing last week.
Yes. Oh.
With a little dragon on one side, and you can
was a
certainly
nice shirt.
try.
Nice. You can certainly try. So there's my response.
So I will try to pass it across.
Okay.
The fact that you already kind of, again, I don't make you repass certain things unless it's absolutely, you kind of figured out how to navigate this room. You now have a chest.
Yep.
Really, you're gonna have to hold it. Like, we'll say there's handles on the side.
Yep.
It's a practical
Can you
thing.
break it
So
open?
Could you, maybe
Do
brute
you-
force would work where elegance
Do you
and
want
grace
me-
did not?
Do you want me to detect magic on it? Because it might be magically locked. And that might have been why you failed.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
the
because
only
he-
reason I would
He
fail.
he's terrible at picking locks.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. Well, he'll just turn that around and it just hold the chest right up to her. You're like, okay.
I have to cast it as a ritual, so you might want to put it down. It's about 10 minutes.
No. Let's see how long you can hold this.
I'll start casting
Oh,
detect
I mean, your
magic.
your shoulders are gonna start burning.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you haven't had much time to work out recently, so that's
Just
you
see,
know.
just start.
I mean, just start doing curling.
Might as well. I mean, you got to take it when you can get it.
Athletics to do reps.
All right.
That's pretty good. That's a 22.
All right. For some reason, he's over here just like.
Just watching this. I'm going to lean over to the
He-
jump on top of that and just activate.
Who do you say that to? Oh, damn. Kel is like, wow. You know, I was just trying to be nice before, but he really is strong, isn't he?
Oh, who are you?
Oh, hi. I'm Kella.
I see.
Yeah.
And what are you doing here? Why didn't you
Oh.
leave with the rest of the villagers?
Oh, I was here when the rock started to fall. Started to fall?
Fall. Yes.
Started to fall, and I was in that room and once a room where things got kind of destroyed.
Uh-huh.
And she says, I just felt it was. I'm new to the area. I just came here to resupply, and in the past, when thank you, Mike. Keep going. I love this so much. In the past, when I've had these situations, I found just staying quiet and staying low has helped me out, and the villagers didn't follow the road, and I wasn't sure why. I didn't feel comfortable following them, so I just stayed quiet. And then when everything calmed down and I was getting ready to silently leave, that's when the goblins showed up. And so I just been sitting here trying to figure out what to do. And then you guys came and saved me. Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to have anything to do with that dead goblin downstairs, would you?
The dead goblin? What
Yes.
dead goblin?
There's a dead goblin. Actually, is this your room right here?
Yes.
Yes, if you look down through that hole, you will see a dead goblin. Looks like he was shot.
Oh,
with a
that
bow.
dead goblin. Yes, yes. Well, he was getting too close for comfort, and I saw an opportunity, so I took it. I have learned how to take care of myself. I do travel alone often.
Okay, do I see a bow or a crossbow
You do
anywhere
see a
in her
I'd like to roll an insight check on that. Sure.
It must be quite
Funny you
dangerous
didn't
to
mention
travel
anything
alone.
about that when we found you.
So,
20. No, 18.
Well, I mean, so you believe her that she knows how to use it.
So,
She obviously is like dodging,
Yeah.
a little dodgy. She's a bit dodgy.
So when I did a medicine check just a bit ago, I noticed that he's only been dead for maybe about a half hour or so.
why, when we called
So-
out when we came in, why didn't you say anything?
Well, it was soon after that the thing fell and knocked me out, and you guys brought me in.
What fell?
Oh, well, you're not in the room. She said, I was, after shooting the goblin, I was moving back and a beam fell and hit my head, and that's how you guys found me.
Oh. Would you mind if I take a look at your head?
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
18.
She must be a really fast healer.
Huh. Cool.
She's a really good healer.
All right.
I like that. That was a good move. Yeah, you don't really find anything. And when you kind of, she's like, oh, ouch, right there, and you're like, yeah, there's nothing.
Like,
She would have
yes,
a knot, you know.
You have a knot there. Wink, wink. Well, you,
She's like, yes. Oh, please. I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd be so rough. Oh.
okay.
Oh my.
So and
dear.
so you were just grabbing supplies. Where were you on your way to?
I was on my way to, well, eventually, Baldur's Gate is my end goal. I was in between Daggerford and Waterdeep, and needed to resupply. I saw the sign for night. It's a fairly obvious sign. It's easy to see. So, So I came this way as a traveling monk. This is Flick, by the
Oh,
way.
she says she's a monk.
A monk packing heat. Yes.
All right.
That's it. Go.
So glad you guys saved me.
Sure.
Boy.
I would do it all again.
Wait, did you heal her?
No, I didn't heal her. I mean, I looked.
No,
her
yeah,
over.
no one did anything. It's a magical healing. That's right. We just kind of shook her and she woke up.
Yeah.
So I lean over to her and say, I don't really trust this girl.
Why
How
not?
quietly?
Reasonably quietly.
Do they know how to
but
whisper? I'm just kidding.
How
Yeah.
quietly can
I mean-
people screech?
I'm not like saying it to the person, so I'm just kind of like, I don't really trust her. Her story doesn't make sense.
Well, there are
I never would've guessed.
definitely threads of making sense.
Well, I think we've searched the inn. And while he's holding that for 10 minutes,
After the questioning and the getting to know, you're done.
Okay.
So you are now. There's now a 30-foot kind of aura around you, detecting things, right? And now, when you was that just you being funny, or was that him saying, "Well, obviously it must have been magical"?
It must have been, clearly.
Okay, so it's up to you whether or not you want to make it feel better or not, but it's not. You don't really sense.
You done casting, and I lean over and be like, it's not magical, is it?
No. But let's just move on.
I mean,
You don't have to hold it anymore.
I could try, I guess. I'm just gonna sit down,
Okay.
just take my mace, I'm just gonna whack into the lock.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give it a whack.
Sark smash!
Okay.
That's a nat one!
Oh, the fates have spoken.
Your pants fall down
Oh!
Chest is
Oh!
not
again.
you may as well just stop wearing them at this point.
You're like.
I just like.
As you're swinging, you feel that really unsettling give of that one particular string that seems to be giving you guys problems because apparently you have the same. Man, I'm telling you what, I think your gods like have a bet, like some bet going on here, like
Oh!
who can we get completely frazzled and upset first? All right, we're just gonna keep messing with each other.
I'll cover the lady's eye.
Can I make a scene that I forgot to hit him? Like, I go to try and pick up and
I'm gonna
in
say-
mid-swing and I go to fall over.
So you come in, and you're like, well, it's not open. You're thinking it ain't breaking open now. I mean, you're not gonna be able to pick this now. You've broken it worse.
Oh, he made contact.
Yeah, he did, but it was just like
Completely whiffed it.
yeah, he whiffed it, and you just kind of
Hit the front plate.
lock picking the sucker ain't gonna happen now. You just kind of dented it a little bit.
Is the top of it wood?
Again,
Right.
yeah.
Can
I'm
I-
gonna
can
say
I
like
take-
it's
can
got.
I take a look? Try
Yeah,
that
it's
again?
it's got like a wooden.
Oh.
It's got like a metal like framing, right?
Yeah.
But the framing isn't just on the corners, right? It kind of runs through like it's got ribs and
Oh.
bars. And,
Okay. Since he's pulling his pants up, I'm going to take a whack with my mace.
okay. Whack.
Oh, I should have. 7, 12.
Okay, so you crack some of the wood, but this is a well-made chest. Yeah.
Upon finally readjusting his trousers, getting, I was like,
Okay, your turn again.
I special like a hold on.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm
I
gonna
was
say.
gonna say, what I was wanting to do is, can I cast mending on the lock to try and fix it for me denting it?
Can mending fix something that complicated? I don't know if it can. I think it's
No,
simple.
it just says 1 cubic foot of.
Should be able to.
Well, it depends upon how it was broken. If it's just dented and the pieces are all connected, then yeah. If pieces have actually
Yep.
broken apart, you can only mend one piece at a time,
Yeah.
and it takes a minute each.
Yeah, the spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link to a house or a broken
Of an
key.
object you touch?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. With his nat 1 and your nat 1, okay, you mend the outside of the lock or whatever, and you kind of go back in there, start picking at it again, you're like, okay, the insides are musty. So. And you guys just start wailing on it. Bonk, 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 bonk.
Yeah.
I'm just going to assume that's what you're,
Yeah, well,
Start wailing on
target.
it. At one point, you're able to knock out some of the wood, right?
Just leave it.
It's real sturdy, yeah. Not, and you notice there's some. You kind of get a hole, and shine some light in
You have like
there,
a crowbar.
and you see. You definitely see. Yeah, if you're banging on it, you see a broken vial inside.
That's why I told you we work with the store without them.
and you see what looks like a chain shirt or maybe chain mail or
Well, how is the quality of the chain shirt or the chain shirt mail that's in the chest compared to the one I'm currently wearing?
what are you wearing?
Chain mail?
Did it take us more than
It
10
doesn't
minutes?
look orc sized if that's what you're asking.
I mean, as far as the quality of the craftsmanship, I guess.
Or crack like that.
Oh,
Did
not
it
enough
take
to
more
like
than
stick
10
my
minutes
staff
to
in.
get that big of a spot? Is your detect magic still up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Is the hole big enough for me to stick my staff in it?
It's like this broken thing. I gave you your I gave you saves again.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, this is
Why don't you try to work on the hinges on the back of it?
the hinges are on the inside. It's one of those. So like you just kind of see.
Make it pull bigger. Pull pins out.
Yeah, so like you see on the back, it's so the hinges must be on the inside holding it together.
Okay.
If you knew the DC of these things, you'd understand why I'm pushing back. If this is just a little chest, it'd be no big deal. But we're talking about the fact, and I'm just gonna say, who's got the highest intelligence in this room?
No, I
The
probably
wizard, probably.
Mine's a 12.
Mom just said.
13.
13.
You have
is
a
our
plus
highest.
1 too?
You're our wizard?
I rolled very average.
She's a
I'm an
very
average.
balanced
She's
wizard.
very straight across the board. Okay.
So plus 1 is the highest we have for intelligence?
So our plus oneers are kind of after enough time, they're kind of like, I think I remember hearing that the proprietor of this place was a dwarf. Oh, dwarven made dwarf. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Darn.
No wonder it's so hard to get into this thing.
So what you're really saying is that it's a dwarf-sized chain.
You could say that. We'll see if you get it open at some point. But
Should we just
Yeah.
leave it?
Can I
unfortunately,
I'm
level
gonna-
1, this is just a
I'm
little
going
bit
to kick it down
beyond
to the
level
next
oneers.
level because I'm so annoyed.
I think we could take it with us.
I just want to shove it up into
It's
the
not that heavy.
bottom level.
You can carry it.
No, me and heavy objects don't get along.
So I'd like to try something a little weird. I would like to try doing a thorn whip on it, wrapping it around, and then like swing it over my head and smashing it into the ground or the wall.
Okay.
So
Go
break
ahead and
the
make-
snap.
So while you guys are working on opening the thing, I'm going to go to the drawbridge and see if it's open or closed.
It is open.
It is open?
Yeah.
I'm going to close the drawbridge.
It's going to require 2 people.
It will require two.
Yep,
Would
2
someone
people.
like to go with me to check the drawbridge?
Oh,
gonna
sure.
After I
two.
check the second room.
Sorry,
the last room.
I'm busy over here with
I'll
things.
go with you, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head off to go shut the
We're
thingy,
going to shut the thingy. It's getting dark. I don't want anyone sneaking in on us.
and you go into the other room. Okay, go ahead and roll your attack and damage.
15 to hit.
Okay. What's your damage on that?
Ooh, not good. Just 2 apparently.
Yeah, it's got another dent in it. You know, dwarven made stuff. You all have gained some respect if you didn't already have it for their stuff. All right, so you go up to the second floor. You're looking at the other side, correct?
Yes.
And that is. It looks just like all the other rooms, except it's not completely destroyed. It's empty. There's no real interesting features. Yeah.
Do I have my detect magic still up?
Mm-hmm.
I'll follow them into the room.
Okay.
And look around.
No buzzing.
Okay.
No burning desires. Follow.
We'll check those 2 guard checks out while we close the drop.
You're gonna check these 2 out?
Yeah.
Okay. So which ones you guys going in?
I would take the. I think we're gonna go with that one first.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. I'll follow you. All right. Let's see. So you guys go in that one first, and it's real quiet in there. There's really nothing. There's some stairs that lead up the way. Actually, it's not big enough or fancy enough. There's a ladder leading up, so you climb a ladder, and yeah, there's a winch up there that
Okay.
leads to one of the sides of the drawbridge, and so that's pretty quiet in here.
Okay.
Pretty empty, just a garden.
Okay. I'll go over to the left one and.
Okay. You go over to the left one, and there's 5 wards in the tower. Just kidding. Okay.
Oh no! Not again! Oh bollocks!
No, yeah. So you go, same thing, real quiet. Go up to the top. You guys see each other, and kind of start cranking up on it. All right.
I would have been no help there.
All right. So it yeah, it takes a few minutes to get it up. You guys can hear the sound of, okay, very good. Okay, so you now have it up. She's asking you about, what you do for a living as a captain and where you sailed and all that.
Start telling her
He
an
seems really
amazing
friendly.
story about how I single-handedly wrestled 2 sharks onto dry land from the ocean.
Wow,
That would involve getting into the water.
that's amazing.
Truly.
They were in cans.
They were in cans.
They were
Little pull
inflatable.
tops.
Shark food. All right. Oh, she's eating it up, man. She's just amazed by your story. Okay. So you guys return. So at one point, either coming or going, there is an interesting feature that you notice. Okay. Around around here. Okay. One of you just kind of notices, because you've kind of become familiar with the grounds a little bit. You're kind of noticing the same sights, and you notice that there's a hole here. Like there was a boulder there at some point. That's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. Like there's a hole, like there's a dip right
crater.
there.
Okay, so a dip, it's not like a sinkhole or something. It's
A crater.
more like a dip, a crater. Had I noticed a boulder there before?
No, I'm just saying, like, it wasn't super obvious before, but again, now you've become familiar with it. Yeah.
Does it look like there anything in the ground around it that looks like maybe someone rolled it out or dragged it out?
No. At least not. I mean, if you want to approach it, you might get a little bit more. Are you gonna?
Well, yeah, I'll go over and take a look. It's like, I don't remember that being here.
Yeah. So, you guys head over there, and it's about a 5-foot deep hole.
What's so special about this hole?
Well, there should have been a boulder in it. Don't you think?
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Some of the boulders might have been big enough to do something like this, but it's pretty, it's deeper than you thought.
Insight?
That's to read. You
Okay.
can perceive. You can
Okay,
give it, like,
perception?
or investigate. I guess if you're Yeah, if you're focusing on something that's more of an investigation.
Okay.
You both can give it to me. if
Okay,
you like.
sure. With my -2 investigation.
Guidance. Oh, sure.
That's a 19.
That's a 19.
Brain
Very
blast.
Well, guidance me just for the heck of it. See what happens. Oh, 20 for me, not natural.
Non-natural 20 for you. Very nice. All right. Yeah. Based on what you're seeing, this was an interesting shaped object, not like a boulder, or it was a really unique-looking boulder. But
So this is not round.
what'd you get? 20? What?
Just a 20.
A 20 on your investigation. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like someone has recently brushed the area.
Brushed the area,
Yep.
as in covering tracks.
Yep.
So someone may possibly have been a statue here. Maybe.
There is something in the earth here. And
Yeah, someone drugged something off and they tried to hide it.
but
Oh wait, you know what? I'm sorry. Back up. Didn't hide it. With the 20, I'll give it to you. You see all these like indentations in the ground around you,
Yes.
and it takes you a while to kind of recognize that you're like what would do that? You know, like if you were to take your knee, right, and like push it in the ground, or if you were to if your shoulder were to hit the ground, you know, it's those kinds of indentations in the ground, and you're kind of looking at you know, you're kind of puzzling through, and there's a bunch of them, right, a bunch of them. And then at one point you find, and you kind of connect the two, and you kind of take a step back, and you're like, that's the biggest dang footprint I have seen in my life.
Ooh!
Big,
Oh!
big, like, you know, like, it's so big that you're just like, you thought they were separate things until one of them was just clear enough, and you're like,
Footprint.
and you're like,
what?
and you're like,
What
see, look,
footprint?
see, this
Step
is the
back.
heel,
and
this is the heel, and here's,
Heel, ball, toe, toe.
yeah, and you're like,
oh, well, what would make that then?
Giant.
Well, a giant.
A giant?
Okay, how big is your foot?
I'll just kind of grab his leg and just kind of lift up. It's that big.
Okay, and how big would your foot have to be to make that print?
A lot bigger than that.
Right, and how big would you have to be to have a foot like that?
Really.
all you're doing is
big.
imagining yourself with big giant clown feet. Like, why would I have to be bigger to have bigger feet? That's fine
I
to
mean-
me.
I mean, what if they just had really big feet though?
You see one further up, and you're like the other foot. You see another one further up, and
Okay,
you're like,
there's another foot over here. So how tall would you have to be to step from there to way over there?
I don't know. Maybe he just had long legs too. I don't know.
so you got these big feet, big legs,
Little bitty
tiny
body.
He hasn't taken algebra yet.
Poor
Give him a
Sark.
break.
Poor Sark. Sark is imagining this just abomination of a thing.
But
What's your intelligence score?
7.
Yes.
He's a
I mean-
smart science strong.
Does someone have a pencil?
You start drawing it in the ground.
Big
Yes,
feet.
Sark, that's exactly what it is.
There we go. Yeah, you got it. You got it. For the, there you go. This is what we drew.
That's
This is
exactly
basically
what
what's in Sark's head right now. It's lovely, lovely. So you like draw in the ground. This is you.
Yes.
This is the
This
giant.
is you. This is giant. Just a much bigger you.
Oh.
Yes. There we
mean-
go.
That does make sense after I think about it. I mean, just like normal human or something, but what?
Like
That's really big though. That's a problem.
You still want to be here during this, don't you?
Have
Oh.
they been gone a longer time
Are
than
we gonna
necessary
No,
to
this
open the
didn't take
drawbridge?
very long. This didn't take
Okay.
very long. Although his voice has gotten progressively louder, because you know when you're talking to someone who's not understanding something, you naturally just
Naturally get
raise your
louder
voice, you know?
because it makes them more intelligent.
it's just like, what do I say next to get you to understand? So maybe, yeah, you hear like this yelling coming from the courtyard area.
But yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, that's a really big problem. That's just so big. I mean, really big. Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let's go back to the inn because I think at this point safety in numbers is a good thing.
yeah, good idea. He's just gonna book it to the end.
Nice. All right. You guys. And now I just got Sark, an image of Sark fast walking. Looking over his shoulder, looking up in the sky. Like, imagine.
I mean, he wouldn't know. I'm not sure if he put two and two together if they even.
Where is the Ministry of Silly Walks when you need it?
Oh man. His hips are swaying like those mall walkers. All right. So they come back, and what do you guys do next? They raise the drawbridge.
Just not to alarm
But
anybody.
we got a big problem. A really, really big problem.
What do you mean?
Tired about so big that
Well, we found a big giant footprint, and then several tens of feet away, the corresponding footprint.
Oh.
So I think there was possibly a giant that walked through here. That could also explain the boulders.
How does that get a small body like that, though?
Oh, this is what he was seeing in his mind when he saw the
I mean,
footprints.
I never seen a giant before. I just thought, it was just something with like really big legs and really big feet, and it was just a,
How big of a
Normal
footprint? Are we talking like his size footprint or?
No, we're talking. You could lay down and take a nap in it quite comfortably.
I like those kind of footprints. That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yeah,
It
and
would be the biggest bowl of milk you'd ever seen.
yeah. Kella's eyes are really big and just going like, oh no. She's like, I can stay with you guys, right? Please?
There is no need to be afraid. I shall protect you.
Shall
like,
we?
She just kind of goes, she's like, they were the ones throwing the rocks? I never got a good look.
I mean, can they do?
If that's how big their feet were, how big are their hands?
I mean, he could have
I mean,
just
you
stood
just gotta-
in the middle. He could have just stood right there in the middle
his
and
feet-
then
his
just
feet
dropped them
probably,
from
but-
his hands like that, like they were marbles.
Do you think maybe they were just passing through, and
Well, they're
he was
not
ca-
here now.
well,
I'm
yes.
pretty sure something that big is not going to hide in one of the houses.
No, I know. But passing through and he had rocks. He was carrying rocks.
And he just drops some.
Because rocks falling from bigger rock.
Rock falling, what do you mean rock falling from bigger rock?
True. Well, I don't know. I really don't have an answer.
I'm just gonna give it to you at some
I
point. You
can
whispered
only
that.
tell you what I've
got it.
seen.
I don't.
Don't.
Yeah, because you knew that.
Oh, did you
Big
not
rock
pass
coming
it out
from the
yet?
little rock. I'm just assuming you told her.
Good idea.
It seems like you're communicating
Yeah,
with
I
her.
probably would
That's why I
have
use
told
the
her.
brains.
So just for the record, I'm going to throw this out there. This is the first time that your characters have heard big rock, little rocks falling from big rock.
Big rock?
Oh, that's him.
Wait,
So
little.
what was his name?
Flick.
It's what Flick saw.
Flick saw
Flick.
little rocks.
Flick.
Flick's the snake.
Flick. The flying snake thing.
Okay.
It looks like string.
You know,
Its tongue flicks at you, and you're like, oh, flick.
I pull out a copper piece. Shiny, shiny, shiny.
Wait. You need to cast a light on it first.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, right.
I mean, wait, maybe there are some.
You do not have a
Where was
glowing
Big
coin.
Rock? I just turned this thing. I was like, "Where's the big rock?"
It's really bright, by the way,
Why?
because you cast light on
I
it,
cast
right?
light on it.
It's really bright. Like, it's incredible. I mean, it's starting to kind of get dim outside, right? But, like, he puts light on this thing, and
Lucky coin.
it's really bright.
For the next hour.
For the next hour.
And just for the record, do you have light?
I do not have light.
Do
I
any of you
do.
have light?
How did you do that?
Okay. Like, you recognize the thing, and you're like, wow, that's really bright. Brighter, like, yeah, it's not normally, when you cast light on something like that, it doesn't normally cast that much radiant light, so, mental note.
Interesting.
So, should we investigate some of the other buildings?
Or we take a nap and do it tomorrow.
Well,
I mean,
since
we go talk. I suppose. Well,
I would feel a little safer investigating some of the other buildings, since we'd rather not have them stumble across us.
oh yeah, the other goblin kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's probably. I mean, I wouldn't be want to be stuck in here with them. I don't just as much as they probably don't want to be stuck in here with us. I mean, yeah.
And you can use my coin as well.
Is there any way to get up to the roof of this building?
You could climb through
If you
that
got,
hole.
yeah, if you got some climbing gear, or climbing species,
Are the walls wood?
As you look at it,
yeah.
I have
Climbing
claws. I
species.
have talents.
Yeah.
Do you have a climbing?
I'm gonna say he's got a climbing speed, and I don't know if you have an official climbing speed, but he does. So you'd need some climbing gear,
Okay.
or again someone who can climb.
I have a rope. If anyone wants to use it.
Yeah, I mean I do have rope, but
I have a rope and a grappling hook.
Yeah, that would a good throw of that would work too. Technically, that's climbing.
I indicate to him, can you get me up there? Throw your grapple up there.
Throw it up there. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, you have to give me a skill check for that sucker.
What do you want?
Athletic.
That one.
12.
You got it.
And I like to climb it.
Okay.
So, athletics again?
Yep.
6. Not good.
Are you? You're gonna fall through the
You're
hole.
doing it all wrong.
Could I give him a little guidance?
As he's slipping, you're like,
Like,
oh.
here, have a
Go ahead and
little-
roll a d4 then, yeah.
Okay, D4, 2.
He still keeps slipping down.
Yeah.
He's like, you have just enough to like, yeah, because again you had to go through the hole. So then you start
Flap a wing,
slipping, and
dude.
you're able to, with his guidance, you're able to kind of kick away and
Oh,
get back onto the.
Can I just scurry on up there?
Yes.
yeah, you could.
So you kind of start going. You're kind of just like, You know when cats climb trees, they're like,
In fact, probably your problem is that he keeps batting the rope as you try to climb.
and this is what we were talking about. This is why you always need a 10 axis at the party. So he jumps on the wall and he's like. Now, if you want to do it somewhat gracefully and do something cool so that you don't look silly, you can totally give me an acrobatics check.
The acrobatics check to look cool is that?
Yeah.
Well, I have to do everything, like looking cool with grace.
Well, that's kind of why I set you up, because I'm hoping you'll fail if your pants fall down.
Okay, 14.
Yeah,
so
all right.
Not bad.
Yeah, so he does it fairly effortlessly. All right, so he just kind of skitters up.
You need a paw.
With his help. up there, pulling, whatever, you're able to get up there.
All right.
All right.
So when I get up there, I'd like to kind of take a look around. I want to see, first of all, can I see the footprints from where I'm at?
It's getting dark out. It's getting dimmer out, and so unless you're right next to it, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't
Let's
really
try
have.
this
Any,
again.
they don't really have.
Try
Any,
this again in the morning then.
yeah, they don't really have any lighting going on.
To the next building.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
So
Where do you want to go?
which one of these is the building?
Both. Yeah, both of them are buildings.
Well, there's 3 of them.
No,
Oh,
this
sorry.
is a fence.
Yes.
Or is that a fence? Something
That is a fence in between, and there's some little bit of
Yeah, two
bit of
buildings and a fence.
farmland
Okay.
in that area.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll check the smaller building first.
All right. So that smaller building. Excuse me. So the door's wide open as you approach, and I'm just assuming you're going in, since that's what you said you're trying to do, right?
Well,
Okay.
we'll look in first.
Okay, so the door's open, you kind of glance in or whatever, as your eyes kind of adjust to the light. Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
I have dark vision.
Yup. No. Okay.
However, I will take a copper coin, cast light on it. And
Yours
toss
stops
it in.
glowing.
No, I can have 3 going at a time.
You can?
Can't you?
I thought you could only have one.
I think that's prestidigitation. You can have 3 things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or dancing lights.
I can just pull out my coin.
Yeah. Why don't,
Yeah,
why
it's
don't you
only
throw your
one.
coin in there?
Okay.
Okay. Ding. Dexterity check to. I'm just kidding. Okay. So you toss your coin in there, and the room lights up. It's not a very big little house. It's a quaint little area. It's let's see here. I want to make sure I'm looking at the right one, folks, so I don't double up here. Yeah. Sorry, making sure I got all my people together here. Okay, so here, this is a room.
I gotta think though, is taking out the third Pelicans command and adding in another
From your angle, you couldn't tell, but when you come to the door, you see that part of this house was crushed as well.
Oh.
Yeah. And the first thing that you notice is that you see.
Yeah, we were done. Yeah.
You see. Oh, it's a sad sight.
You know, there's a
Yeah.
lot that we gotta do.
Dead people?
The first thing you see is a cat with wings.
What?
Yeah, a lot of pets with wings in here apparently. We see a cat with wings, kind of stirs when you throw the coin in, and kind of runs around kind of the side of the boulder, but stays kind of in that area. And as it's running across, you kind of notice it hop over something, and it's an arm that's jutting out from underneath the boulder.
Human arm?
Yep.
And a cat with wings.
Yep. That is what a tressum is, right?
I have no idea what a trust is.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
A tressum. Isn't that what they used to make like roofs and whatnot?
I'm asking you as players. Yes. Yes. A tressum is a cat with wings. Thank you, Google image search.
Wait, I didn't see.
Here.
Put it on the camera.
Yeah, I'll put it on the camera.
Cute.
Oh, that's a tressum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looked like a cat, but then when it kind of jumped, it kind of used its wings to stabilize itself. And
First, snakes with wings, then cats with wings. What's next?
When cats fly.
I would like to slowly try and approach it, kind of crouch down, see if I can get it to at least not run away as I approach it.
So it kind of hid behind it, so you're going to kind of go around or whatever.
Yeah.
So you kind of go around, and then the next thing you know, you hear a meow above you, and it had gone behind and kind of flown up, and is now kind of on top of it and saying, "Meow," and it's kind of looking at you, you know. Yeah. It doesn't seem like terrified or angry. You know, it's a little skittish, but it's not running away at you now.
Okay. I'm going to pull out what remains of the fish
Sure.
that I did not offer him, and kind of hold it out and try and do an animal handling check on him.
Oh yeah, you got advantage.
20.
Yeah, you got a buddy now. You got a good buddy.
Okay. And I'd like to do a medicine check on him now that I've got a hold of him.
Yeah. A medicine check on
On the catch.
cat.
Yeah, that's not so good.
Well, here's what I can tell you. Cat looks fine.
Okay.
There's nothing on him.
Okay.
He's not limping. He kind of glides down when he sees the fish, and kind of nuzzles you a little bit or whatever. And yeah.
I'll start very quietly casting Speak with Animals. Oh, actually, no, I won't. Never mind.
D&D next, or no, not D&D next. D&D Beyond. I played D&D next. First time I ever played D&D. So, okay. What do the rest of you do?
Is there another door?
To the other building.
Is this the only room in the building?
Yeah, it's a real tiny house. Real tiny
Okay.
house. There might have been one and now it's crushed, but
All right. We don't really see anything of value or anything.
this place doesn't look like it's been torn apart yet. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I say we move on to the next building. We're just kind of
Sark's already making his way towards the other house.
let's go to the big house.
Someone's under the boulder, right?
Huh?
Someone's under the boulder, right?
Yeah.
Are they gonna investigate that? Are they for sure dead?
You can go up and look,
Been
and yeah, I mean, you're kind of like,
I mean,
gonna kick at the arm.
Take a sniff.
is there any way to identify said person? Dwarf, human, man?
Yeah, whoever it was caught squarely underneath this thing.
Okay.
There's an arm. Yeah, as you're kind of looking, I mean, you're kind of inspecting that area. You see, you actually kind of see something on the other side. Like he went on this side for the cat, right? On this side, you see the upper half of someone sticking out from underneath it. And yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Also not moving.
Also, okay. And I can't tell who it is. This isn't like that
It's an
dwarf we
old
were here.
human. It's an old human.
Okay.
Yeah. It's old. Oh, I don't like describing people being dead. So I'm gonna roll for it. Which one is this? This is the old man.
So you have that bob, right?
And as you look at that, you're like, okay, that hand did look a little bit smaller. Maybe you're thinking this is a husband-wife scenario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Pass at their
all right. Yeah, I'll continue with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
pick up your coin.
Yes, I'll pick up my coin.
Yeah, you do see there's a bed, there's a desk in there. Yep. Yep. Okay, so you're just gonna go out?
Next building.
All right, which one? Oh, that bigger one?
Yeah.
All right, so you go in there and you have a as you approach this, it's pretty obvious that this is where they would keep the horses. This is the stable.
This is the stable.
Yeah, this is the stable.
Okay. Once it's obvious that it's the stable, I would just say, we don't need to search the stable.
Are the horses still there? Or whatever would be in the stable? Cows? I don't know.
I mean,
Pigs.
let's see. Yeah, you would hear noises coming from inside. Some things are shuffling around. Yeah.
Surprised the wargs didn't eat whatever's inside.
Maybe we should check it out. Make sure the animals are okay.
Well,
case. I'll grab a shield in my case.
True. Crossbow at the ready.
Okay.
Who wants to open the
They're
door?
about to get a little unstable.
Has the Chesum followed me or stayed on my
Oh,
arm,
fine.
or did he
I'll
stay?
open the door to the table.
He watches you go, and based on your animal handling, that was a 20 something,
Non-natural 20.
a non-natural 20. You get the impression that it's definitely interested in you. I mean, this is obviously.
Giant food. Of course it's
Let it down easy.
Yeah, it is obviously
Interested, like as in I'm a meal, or interested as in like.
I just told you, you're giant food.
I told you if you feed them, they'll never go away.
biggest chicken I've ever seen. I could eat on that for years. Now hang on, I do need to check because Tressums are a bit different.
High intelligence.
Yeah,
They could be familiars.
they are. Yes, they are actually. This thing has very intelligent eyes,
Okay.
right?
If I'm able to, I'd like to try and get it or convince it to stay with me.
Okay, so what do you do?
Well, I offered it some food. I'll actually verbally ask it, do you want to come with us? We can take care of you.
It kind of looks at you, and looks back. Kind of looks at you. Kind of has a long blink. Flicks its tail and then just kind of nonchalantly, as cats often do, like they don't give a crap, starts walking towards you.
Okay.
You're just traveling in the same direction as him.
Yeah. That's what it likes to make you think. So yeah, I mean, it starts walking your way. So you kind of start walking with the rest of them. You look back; it's still falling. Kind of look back. Does the idea of having a flying pet cat friend make you happy? How's that make the druid feel?
I mean, flying cat, flying bird. Well, kind of flying bird.
Yeah.
Seems like that could be interesting.
Yeah.
So it's only large cats you don't like.
Oh, a third one.
To which I look at it, I was like, no, I just don't like the annoying ones.
Nice.
What did he say?
Or the
So you don't
talking
like the
ones.
large cats.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's following you. It's gonna watch for a while, see what happens.
So stable.
It's time for my kids to brush their teeth. I need to turn that alarm off. Okay, at least for Mondays. So you head into this. As you approach the stable, big barn doors right there. They're closed.
I open it.
All right, so you kind of click them open or whatever. Sure. As you look inside, you notice that there are quite a few horses in here, actually. You notice that they're all in their stalls. Okay, a couple of them are a little bit wide-eyed. There is a in kind of the middle, another big boulder. You're kind of getting used to seeing these things.
Yep.
Big hole in the roof. Kind of took out part of there's a loft. Kind of took out part of that, just almost smack dab right in the middle. It's about 40 foot long, 30 foot wide, and where the boulder is, those horses in particular, they kind of line the sides, look particularly freaked out. There's ladders going up to the loft, and a quick count shows you that they set you guys up real nicely here. If you have someone with the animal handling, because you have 5 draft horses and 5 riding horses confined.
Sweet. Are there saddles in here as well?
Yeah,
And bridles and all that?
yeah,
kind of
and they're
stuff?
nice saddles. Like, they're pretty nice. Everything you need. Yeah.
Sweet.
anyone proficient in moving with animals and riding animals?
I'm proficient with water vehicles. Does that count?
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure these would be considered land vehicles, right? Yeah. Okay. But there is those things there.
Okay.
And yeah, again, we're gonna say, let's see. Yeah. We're gonna say. Yeah, there's. So on one side is riding horses, on one side are kind of the draft horses. And yeah, there's this boulder kind of right in the middle, and the two that are facing it, yeah, those two are sweating quite a bit. Look pretty upset and kind of making a lot of noise. They all look happy to see you. They're all like, you know, making noises the moment the door opens.
Well, I would imagine that they're kind of hungry. Is there any?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, up in the loft there's quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay, so
Check up in the loft.
yeah, let's go up in the loft and
Get the horses fed.
toss some of the hay down in
Yeah.
the straw.
And look for loot.
While he's doing
Yeah,
that, I
everyone
actually,
keeps their
As you
loot
would.
in the freaking stable. Okay.
do they seem like agitated
I mean, the
or
greatest
just
treasure is
hungry?
probably the horses.
Okay.
They more waste.
So who's going up to feed?
I guess Circle help.
Okay, two big guys. Okay.
I'll go pet one of the horses.
Sure, you can go. Yeah,
One of
again,
the-
they're tame.
The upset one.
One of the upset ones? Okay, give me animal handling on that one then.
It might get stuff done.
At the
Only 7.
7.
Yeah, so you're kind of like, shh, shh, and it kind of whips up, and you know, it's like, I don't think I should go in there. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys start climbing, and whiz, an arrow flies by your head. Your head.
Whoa!
As you're kind of mid-stride. Dang, even with the sneak attack advantage, I still rolled terrible.
Where did it come from?
Up in the loft.
Guess we're climbing faster. Move it! Get up
More
there.
gits.
All right, let's roll for advantage.
Advantage. Yeah.
Guys, I've had a long weekend.
For advantage. All
I
right.
like this dice. Oh.
What happened to you? You used to be so good to me. All right, anyone get over 20?
Negative.
Anyone get to 15 to 20?
17.
18.
Okay. Sark. Brr. Kai. Right?
key.
Key.
Like monkey.
Like monk key.
I thought, yeah.
Not
yeah.
monkey.
Not like
Monk.
Monk.
Actually, saying monkey, though, might actually help me remember. Not that you're a monkey, it's just word association helps. Okay. 10 to 15.
10.
13.
Okay. And what'd you get?
7.
What'd you get?
3.
Well,
Huh! So that was an arrow.
you're like, oh, Sark is up the ladder. Yeah, okay, so you come up the ladder,
Yep.
right? And you don't see anything.
Perception to see if I can.
Sure.
That's a 10.
You don't see anything.
Alright, where'd it go? I'm just gonna, like,
There's just like, yeah, there's just haystacks and, you know, barrels and boxes and things, and I mean, it's just
I'm
covered
gonna-
up here. So,
I'm just gonna head for the nearest pile that's close to me, and I'm just gonna take a swing inside it.
okay, so you swing at the hay and, whew, okay, just the nearest one right
Yep.
there, right? Okay, there's now hay flying all through the air.
Come
All right.
out, you gits!
Yeah, okay, so you take a few swings, and I'm just gonna say that's your thing.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right. Key.
Did I see the direction which the arrow came from?
Gosh, I'm gonna say just those two would probably. Well, okay, you can see where it's sticking, and so you can make a trajectory.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where I think it's coming from is there hay in
so
that general area?
so there are two ladders going up, and again I just you both went, so I figured you both were just climbing the sides.
Yep.
Right. You were on the right, and he was on the left. Right.
Okay.
And so it came. So you're here, and it's sticking in the wall back here. So it came. I mean, you're definitely heading the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not quite.
Yeah,
You
so
just don't see nothing.
in the direction that I think it came from, I am going to cast Gust, and instead of doing it as an attack, I'm actually going to do it as a sensory effect. So basically, it's going to blow a lot of wind in that area, cause a lot of like leaves to rustle. So in this case, I guess it would be like hay just starts flying everywhere.
Sure. Okay.
And I'm going to dart up the ladder.
Okay. So Gust, tell me exactly how Gust works.
Yeah, so it has 3 different effects it can have. One is actually like pushing a creature, one is pushing an object, and the other one is a sensory effect. It's harmless, but it does cause leaves to rustle, wind to slam doors shut, or clothing to ripple, depending on how strong I want it to be. So in this case, I basically want the hay bales to just start like basically creating an area where it's really hard to see.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, then there's now hay everywhere.
Yeah. And I'm going to dart up the ladder that he was on, the one that's clear.
Yeah, so you're going to be able to, where you were, you're going to be able to, you're kind of be able to glance, because the loft kind of does this, right? So you're going to be able to kind of glance up there and be like, there looks like some hay, whew, right?
Yeah.
Because is there a range on this?
30 feet.
From you?
Yeah.
Okay,
apparently,
so
yeah.
from a point that you see, or from you?
Does not specify I need to see it.
A
Or,
cone or a line or
Yeah.
no, it doesn't specify I need to see it actually.
Okay, so I'm
It's
just going to
probably just a
quick
point.
look
No,
at
at a
this.
point you can see within range, yeah. So I might have to do it as I'm halfway up the ladder.
Sure. So, okay, so you come up the ladder, you see a bunch of hay. I mean, there's already some in the air. He's already kind of supplied you with some. There's actually, so there's a part kind of where he went where hay has kind of already been, they've pulled some of the twine off of it, and that's what they're throwing down, right? You see a similar thing when you get up there, and then there's bales behind it that they'll eventually move towards, right? And so you're able to kind of like whoosh, just kind of get a bunch of that up in the air. So it's now harder to view, and you're now at the top. What does the hidden scratch do?
Is there something I can climb to get up onto the loft?
The ladder.
Well, both ladders are being occupied right now.
I mean, you can follow up on his heels pretty quick.
But I couldn't get past it.
Well, he's able to get aside. You can move through friendly figures.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make my way up onto the
Okay.
loft then.
So you could dash and get further in. You could. So that's. I'm just saying your movement gets you up there. What else do you want to do? Because you still have an action.
So my movement gets me up there.
Yep.
Okay. I don't see any threats, do I?
Give me a perception.
Sure. Natural 20.
Okay. Dang, son. I actually had a really nice stealth too. Okay. So. By the way. Most players, when they hear this, for no reason, they're like, "Oh crap! What is that going on? What's going on right now? What's the DM doing?" Right? I have one of these. This is a D20 ring, so I often use this quietly, and it looks like I'm looking down at my book, but I can make a roll. If you're a DM, get one. I use this all the time. This thing is 6 years old. Okay, so you can barely see the numbers on it any longer. But if you get it, it's from. Oh shoot! What is the link?
I forget the name of it because I remember because you got me one.
Yes. Mike.
Sounds like a sponsor.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, guys, did you hear about this? I love this ring. Anyways, just search D20 spin ring, and they got a bunch of them. And if yours gets old like mine, I hold on to mine for sentimental reasons. You can exchange it at any time. You can send it in, and they'll just send you a brand new one, lifetime guarantee on these suckers. So like $25. So I rolled, and I had a 19 on my roll. You see a little goblin ear sticking out of the hay at the very back corner.
Very back corner.
I'm just barely doesn't catch your eye.
Okay.
In fact, if it hadn't been for his light source, you probably wouldn't have seen it at all. Because it's not necessarily filled with light in this area.
Alright, well, shoot first, ask questions later. I'll load my crossbow and I'll fire at the goblin.
Sure. He's got quite a bit of cover right now. He's sticking up. There's hay in the way. He's actually behind some boxes in the back there. So there's not a lot to see right now.
Okay, so probably not gonna hit him. So, instead I'll just ask him to come out quietly and we will not hurt you.
Okay, give me a persuasion.
Persuasion, that's a thing. I should roll that die. 11.
11. Are you telling the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 on his persuasion. There's just no response. He's feeling quite sneaky right now. He doesn't. He thinks you're bluffing and you don't know he's there.
Okay, yeah.
He's stupid too. He just fired something, but he feels like he's quite clever and hidden and all that. So.
Alright, yeah, I'll just hold my action then, aiming at him.
Okay. In that general direction.
Okay.
He's your friend. He's fine. You're further in. Okay, so if you're gonna get back, it's gonna take all your movement to get up there. Just so you know.
Can I see any part of the loft from my mat? Like.
You can see underneath the loft.
Fair enough.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. You're not tall enough.
Okay, so I will go ahead and start moving towards the loft.
Okay.
And I'll tell them, don't be afraid. We won't hurt you.
Okay.
We're just investigating.
So so you kind of move back so you can kind of yell up there, or are you going up as well?
I'll say this as I'm walking.
Okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. Okay. Let's see if there's some sort of inflection in your voice that might change his mind. Give me a persuasion. Or intimidation. Although in your autumn form, your intimidations are at disadvantage.
Go with persuasion 3.
A 3.
I'm trying to be sincere.
And you're trying to be sincere. Like you can overdo it when you're trying to be sincere, and like it's like that junior high boy trying to be smooth with the junior high girl, and he sincerely really is meaning the compliment, but somehow it comes out in a way where you insult her mother somehow, like you insinuate something. Yeah, he's getting this impression that like they're gonna skin you alive. Like you were trying, but with the 3.
I think it's a villager up there. He didn't say what it was.
That's true. Yeah. So, and again, I'm just offering that for everyone else's entertainment. That he's definitely not moving. He's definitely not moving. All right, so you can use all your movement, like plus your action, to get up there if you'd like, or you can just stay back. It's up to you. I guess if you don't feel threatened, like you don't know what this is, everyone else seems to be moving really fast. Your call. You might not be in action mode right now if that's how you feel.
Yeah, I think I'll just.
She just kind of saunters along. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I will go up the ladder.
Okay, you head on up the ladder.
I will see if I can see anything.
Okay.
See me pointing out a corner with
Yeah.
a crossbow.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice. 2 of them.
Yeah. Very nice. All these. If only you guys had like use that for your shots. You catch his ear and somehow behead him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go. Yeah. So you totally see where he's looking, and you see the ear sticking out, and.
And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at him.
Oh, very nice.
Can I get a wisdom save, please?
Yeah. What do you say? Do you say anything?
I've seen sneakier kittens.
See here, kittens.
I'm right here.
Exactly.
No, you haven't seen Sneaky Kittens.
Oh, sorry guys. For some reason I closed my app that has my my people in here. So well, kids could be sneaky. What's your spell save?
14.
14. He's like, kids are sneaky. Okay, it worked. Roll, yep.
3 psychic damage.
3 psychic damage. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That'll make him come out.
Yeah.
I just love how the David was just like, you
Yeah.
legitimately.
Kids are sneaky.
He's over there if you were wondering.
Yeah.
Come out
Yeah.
or she'll taunt you a second time.
Yeah.
Maybe with kittens.
So he has disadvantage if he tries to attack next, or or the next attack on him has advantage.
The next
And have
attack
disadvantage
he
on the
makes
next
is
attack
a
roll it
disadvantage.
makes
All right.
before the end of its next turn.
Well, an arrow comes flying out, and at disadvantage. And guys, I'm going to let you do something with this. What would you do with a natural one?
He's so distraught, he just fires it and it goes into the wall.
Okay.
His string. Is he firing a crossbow or a bow?
A little short bow.
A little short bow.
String breaks.
I would have him knock over the bale of hay he's hiding behind.
Okay. With the arrow? I like
Yeah.
that.
Sneezes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so he's like fumbling with this thing, and he kind of, and then as he's trying to go back, yeah, he
He exposes himself.
he exposes himself. So now instead of being like fully, he's half.
See an opening.
Um,
Which way are you holding your action for?
he does duck behind because it's a goblin ability. And let's see here. What's everyone's passive perception?
Good at
14.
Mine's 15, but I'm still on
16.
12.
Yeah.
16 here.
So he knocks it down, right? You now see where he is, and then but his head, he's little, so he kind of ducks down or whatever, and yeah. So because he has that ability, Mr. Goblin has that hide and disengage extra thing that he can do.
Wanna be rogue.
Yeah.
All goblins a little bit of a rogue.
All right. What do you do?
Does my head get above the floor in time to see him duck?
No, you're still climbing up.
Okay, so
Well, actually, wait. He would have been able to see you to fire, and so you would have been able to see that. Yes.
okay.
Because the way I see this, there's a ladder going up,
Right.
and he was at this angle where he could see you, and as soon as you popped up, he fired.
I gotcha.
Right?
Then he ducked behind.
And then you watched him duck behind. So you know where he is for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I know where he ducked, so I will go over, and from the opposite side of the hay bales, I'm just going to push them right into the wall.
Nice. Okay. Well, hang on.
And hopefully catch
It's
him with it.
It's a.
Trying to push a bunch of hate.
Hang on.
Well, they should be bales that are twined together.
What's your movement speed?
30.
You don't have enough movement to get all the way over there.
If I dash.
Yeah, if you dash, you can. So you're going to be ready to do that next time.
So I can't just dash and run into the pile?
Oh, you just want to like tackle
tackle it.
into
Yes.
the pile?
Yes. Go tackle it, go through it. If I land on him, great.
So you're going to throw yourself in.
Yes.
So you'll end up prone.
Well, I'll end up on top, on top of the hay.
I'm
yeah.
going to give it to you if you do that.
I'm trying to I'm trying to go through
trying
it
to
and
put
land
in-
right on top of it.
All
is
right,
what I'm
very
trying
good.
to do.
As
Okay.
he just barrels right past
Just-
me. I'm just like,
All right, so you
Well,
just
no,
so,
I came up the other way.
Yeah, so he comes up the other one, and you kind of turn,
Right.
because you got to go to the top. You turn, and then you just kind of, boom, right?
Right.
What's your passive perception again?
15.
Okay. You don't necessarily feel anything lumpy behind here.
Okay.
You hit the wrong
I
one.
love what you did, though. It's so great.
So from out of the pile, I'll yell, "I didn't get him!"
Level 1! All right, Sark. So you
Well-
see him dive into this pile, and you're like, ooh, good move. Wait,
Oh.
what?
Well, can I
If
try
I
and figure
had-
out where the goblin is?
I can tell you where he's not.
Yeah, you can give me
I have
another
eliminated a location.
14.
14. No, you don't see
Start the
anything.
hay on fire.
No.
He's a slippery fella.
Well, if he's not there, I'm gonna look to the next biggest pile I see. Just gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
follow suit, I guess. Goblin pile.
So you just dive in next to him
Another pile.
into another pile?
Yeah.
Dog
Okay,
pile.
so here's what I'm gonna give you. Okay, so I'm gonna say along the wall there's basically like 4 potential piles.
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. He ran into 1.
All
Which
right.
one you going into?
4.
You're going into 4.
Yep.
All right, so you dive in.
Gotcha.
So you did the same thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do some basic bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Because again, to get to that 4th one, you would have had to move both your movement,
Yep.
right? Okay. Okay. So you hear this? Ah! Get off me, you big lug!
Oh, sog off you get.
You lucky little punk! I knew
Well,
exactly
they're
where he
over.
was, and you didn't
rolled a
roll it.
D4.
Oh. See, dice telling story equals fun. Okay. Now you know where the goblin
I know
is.
where the
Again,
guy
you don't
is.
necessarily see him, but yeah.
All right.
Got him.
So I guess I'll run
the
over to
kid.
that pile. I assume I see him like on the ground.
Yep, and you see a struggling goblin pulling himself free of him. They're
Okay.
both prone.
All right. I am going to take my quarterstaff and I'm gonna like drive it, not really into his chest, but like I'm gonna basically put pressure on him
Oh,
to
to
hold
pin him?
down. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. So go ahead and make an attack. Roll on him.
Ooh, that's gonna be it's gonna be like 19.
Yeah, yeah, that'll hit a goblin. So you kind of want to put pressure down on him.
Yeah. Basically,
Okay.
I just want to hold him down.
Okay, yeah,
while
he can. Yeah, he's
viciously
grappled
laughing.
right now. Okay, so you got him grappled.
Is he still laughing hysterically?
Who?
No,
No, he was like, "Get off me!" He was not happy.
I was.
Oh
laughing
right.
hysterically.
Sorry.
He was.
I was thinking hideous laughter. Never mind.
He might be laughing.
I'm
I
like,
don't know. Found him. You lucky punk, man. Oh. But I had placed him in my head before we started, and there you go. Oh boy. All right. So you now have him grappled, hidden.
All right, I'll get up close to him. Have my crossbow pointed at him, and I'll tell him to drop the bow.
Okay. He doesn't even need. You don't need to persuade or intimidate. He's the boat's gone.
Bow's gone.
Bow's
All right.
gone. He chucks it over the edge of the loft.
Okay.
Why you guys picking on me? They always victimize themselves, those goblins.
Why'd you try to shoot us, you get?
Well, I'm under orders to kill anyone I see that's not one of us.
Who gave you the orders? So there are more of you.
I mean, no, it's just me here. My boss told me to do it.
Who's
That
your
wasn't very
I
boss?
don't have to tell you nothing.
I'll intimidate him. Just like,
Okay.
sit here, you sorry little git.
Okay.
We don't have any time.
Does any,
for this.
I do want to allow you and you to do something if you would like.
I'm gonna send another vicious mockery at him.
Okay. Okay. Go. Okay.
Give me a whip.
He
Wisdom.
doesn't have many hit points.
14.
Get rid of that stupid dice. It's the second one.
Natural one.
That's the third one that I rolled now.
I've seen better shots in an old folks' home.
Oh my
For the
god.
folks at home, yes, it did land on a natural
What'd you roll?
3 more points of
He
damage.
dies.
Good.
I'm just listening here, you little git.
He watches his eyes roll up in the back of his head and his nose starts bleeding.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna.
We weren't done questioning.
I feel bad about this, so I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on him.
Oh, okay.
Can you do that on an NPC?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Why the heck not?
He's still unconscious though.
Yeah.
I
I'll
take my
be-
core staff
I
off
got
and I look
this.
at the end,
I
just
walk
making
up
sure
to
there
him.
wasn't like a spear tip in there.
Right.
Did you like?
Did I kid him?
I want to finish
I'm
getting
gonna
up
walk up to him and
walk.
slap him across the face, doing 0 damage because I
Okay.
have 2 damage
Right.
to wake him up.
Okay. Yeah, it don't work. I mean, you brought him down. Yeah. He just kind of. He starts breathing
What did you
again.
do that for?
That was quite harsh.
I was like, if she rolls a 1 or a 2, he'll be on the verge of death. But
fine.
3 or 4, he's dead.
He's not going to yield us any good information right now, so let's feed the horses.
We can't feed the goblin to the horse. Oh, you meant.
There we go. And if I accidentally toss the goblin down into one of the horse pens, well,
No, man.
Maybe you get lucky and that's just okay. I don't know. I'll just call the feed.
To be clear,
Very,
1
very
bludgeoning damage will kill him. so,
I'm
So you're saying I should slap him a couple more times?
I'm just going to kick
Still
him over.
want
doing
to.
0 damage.
I'm just going to kick him over the edge into one of the things with the horses.
so you're trying to aim him into hay so he doesn't.
Like, we can just carry him
Take
down. He
the
doesn't
10-foot
weigh a
drop.
lot.
No, he's going to take the 10-foot drop.
Oh.
That would
gonna kill him.
Okay, so you drop him in with a horse that freaks out. Oh, there's empty ones. You
Are
want to
there
drop him
empty
into
ones?
an empty one? Or do you want to drop him in with the horse?
Could we not
You're
drop
right, I
him?
shouldn't drop him in.
That's rude to the
For the horse's sake.
The horses sake.
Because
Yeah.
if you didn't kill it, the horse would.
If he were still alive, I'd kick him into one of the horses.
The horse
I
would
mean, I
go.
felt bad when I was trying to talk to her. That's why I thought I'd bring it back, and you went and tossed him down.
Why did you save him?
I don't know. I mean,
You-
Come on, that
I
was
wanted to teach him a lesson, and then you guys went and made him laugh instead to death or
That's
whatever.
true.
shame
He's,
to
he's
do
not going to learn if he dies.
When you toss him over, you're like, oops. And he goes head down. And you all hear this hideous just crunch.
Yeah, not again. I'm gonna go back down.
I was going to say, go ahead and spare the guy again. I'd like to see it. Now keep in mind that
well,
spare
hang
the
on.
dying
Actually,
doesn't actually fix
Here's the
any-
problem. Falling damage.
Yeah.
I rolled max damage,
Okay.
which is his health.
He's dead.
Like he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you can resurrect him, you're like,
Oh.
normally this works.
Why doesn't this work? This normally works. I mean, this is only the second time I've done this, but why doesn't it work?
Performance problems are typical in men
Oh.
over a certain age.
Oh no. Oh no.
Maybe
So
you need to go pray some more.
Past performance is not an indication of future results.
I think you need to
So-
go pray some more, Sark.
he ain't breathing any longer.
I'll go pray over the body. I'm really just like looking over the body to see if there's anything.
I'm
wrong.
gonna
As you
finish-
pray.
I'm going to finish feeding the horses.
Okay, so you're visiting the horses. Kella actually joins you and helps. She
does?
kind of.
Oh, she's with us.
Oh, of course she is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Forgot about
she's.
that.
Yeah, the cat kind of flies up and gets a little perch and just kind of watches, you know. Yeah, she's happy to help. Yeah, so as you pray over
He's
the
praying with a knee
goblin,
on the goblin.
he's got a coin pouch that holds a big whopping copper piece. One copper piece. And but it also has a wooden box engraved. It's with it's a shield with a lion's head in the center. It's painted blue. Well, at one point it was painted blue. It's looking a little rough and chipped.
It's locked with the dwarven lock, and we're never getting into it.
Yeah.
Open up the box.
There are 10 darts in them, and as you look a little bit closer, it looks like they are lined with silver. Silver lined darts.
I don't know how to use these, but they are shiny.
Oh, aren't you proficient in
I don't
simple
think
weapons?
Well, I know simple weapons. Everyone knows simple weapons.
Yeah, darts. I'm pretty
Darts are
sure.
simple weapons.
Simple weapons?
Oh.
I'm proficient in darts.
I thought they were more like a monk
So
weapon.
you should
My mother
be
is
proficient.
proficient.
Months ago.
Yeah, simple ranged weapons.
She's
to
dead.
dart.
Do you say this out loud?
Yes.
I guess I could get a game of darts going later or something. You know?
I mean, they're lined in silver, so
They're shiny.
you're like, one of these is far more valuable than this little coin that you just pulled out.
Which one's
Okay.
more shiny?
Good for hunting werewolves.
Horses are fed. Goblin is bleeding out internally.
I mean, it's not like his spine is intact anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even wonder why they're bothered. Is there like a manure pile or something else that's in here?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll just chuck his body out to it.
Okay. Man, poor Derp.
That's
Poor,
just a,
poor Derp.
that's
He had a name.
right there.
They all
Yeah,
are.
very crappy situation.
Poor Derp. What a way to go, Derp. Sounds like a derpy way to go.
Yep.
So.
All right. Killed twice.
I was thinking it smelled kind of crappy, honestly.
Ye-
So. Now we go over to this building next. Everybody
Yeah.
agree?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, so as you go by, you kind of. There it is. It's the
There it
thing I
is.
told
See,
you
there's,
about.
There's the. Get out your coin, the shiny coin.
There's your thing.
See, footprint.
I tested out. I lay down.
Yep,
I've
he's
seen
right. Yep, I mean, if this was like in mud,
Command sleep. No, just kidding.
What was that? Cat sleep?
No.
All right, so you head to this one. This is another farm, and let's see. This farm hasn't been touched yet either. Like
What do you
no
mean
rocks hit it.
No rocks hit it.
This is a little bit bigger. Oh no, wait, this one does. My bad.
Looks like there's two in the fence there.
Yeah,
There's two in the
yeah.
field.
Yeah, that one did. I'm sorry. In fact, this one was mostly destroyed. This one had two.
So,
Yeah, this one is really
so even
destroyed.
even if we go inside, we're still outside.
Well, basically, yeah. I mean, some of it's left standing still, but yeah, it's in bad shape. It's in bad shape.
I'm guessing we're not going to find much there.
next
Are we going
house.
to that one way over there?
That one there.
Okay.
Triangle shaped one.
Okay.
That is not a triangle.
As you approach this one, this house is open. This door is open as well.
Okay.
Has
it been hit by a rock?
It has not.
There's a
Kind of
100%
small. Hard to hit.
It's got to be.
Okay. So you guys approach it carefully.
Yes.
Okay. In readied or stealthily? What's your how do you approach
Yes.
it? If you're gonna do it, if
You
you're
want me to
gonna
stealth?
I like
Fine, I'll
the
do it with
stealth.
disadvantage.
everyone give me stealth.
I like to sneak.
Stealth.
Maneuver silken.
Cat is still following you from afar, still just watching. Dude, I'm not gonna let you do guidance after a roll
Why are
anymore.
we not thinking?
The only reason I let you do it with that guy is because he was like sliding, and you're like, I'll help.
That's a 2.
Okay, 2. What'd you get?
15.
17.
8.
17.
5.
All right.
You need to remember your guidance, man.
Yeah, you guys are. Okay, so what was it again?
17.
8.
17.
15.
Sucky.
Sucky, sucky.
Yeah, because you both are at disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you're not making, because again, what we do with when it's group sneak, it's majority wins, right? So if you guys are,
6 is very even.
yeah. So you guys are kind of. Oh wait, you have another companion walking with
we do.
you.
And
You
there's a fun
guys in
catch.
general, these
Wait,
two.
which die did you use?
This one.
Oh, okay.
That's what I rolled. Yeah. So.
Yeah, where's that big one? You don't
No.
mention it.
You don't need
I mean, you want me rolling this one
Actually, we
because
do want
boy,
you.
oh
Only
boy.
when
We don't want you to roll yes.
But I'm avoiding that one like the
NPC.
plague. Yeah, I didn't roll the crappy dice to spoil this for you. Yeah. So, so with your friendly companion, she's pretty quiet. You guys kind of recognize, but you know, you gotta, yeah, you're kind of walking next to him like, slow your roll, man, and you know, one of you, you know, kind of surround the other one and just relax, you know, and yeah, so you kind of help your friends kind of quietly walk, and I have a feeling one of you is literally holding chainmail on Sark, just literally holding it quiet, like.
I'm gonna wrap the pirate around my neck to muffle the sound.
At this point, I'm gonna just piggyback.
You end up
Sark
with
and
cat
hold
scratches
chain.
on your face.
Can I just piggyback on Sark and just hold his armor in place?
Yes, yeah. It's like really shuffling a lot. And you're just like, hang on. Let me help you. You kind of quiet all the little spots. Okay. Yeah. So you approach this. Who would naturally go first? Would you say?
Sark.
Me
Okay.
on his back. Okay.
You're just doing a
So
conga line. Everybody's
you
just
two
trying to-
see as you go in. You see this place has been pretty ransacked. So everything's kind of thrown on the ground. Nothing of particular value, personal effects. It looks like this place has been taken already. You do not see any movement. You don't see any little
Just one
goblins.
big room, or is there another room?
Which one? That one.
Right next to the guard station.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely a decent sized cottage. This one obviously had a family living here. So there's a bunch of beds, a little bit bigger of a kitchen, but it's still kind of a big open area. Yep.
Do a perception check. Can I tell if it's goblins that were through here that loot the place?
Sure.
14.
You feel it's very likely. Yep, very likely that goblins came through here already.
Okay, well, should we go for this house then?
We were just in that house, weren't we?
No, we were in that one.
Okay, that one.
We're in that one.
All right. So as you approach that house, again, it's starting to get darker out. Sun's going down. There's just dim light everywhere. It's not quite complete dark, right?
Right.
But sun's going down. It's definitely setting, right?
Got my lucky copper piece. I'm good.
Yeah. So you can see. So there you go.
Things we checked.
Yeah. And technically those two as well. So yeah, you guys, you notice as you approach the door, you see two goblins lying on the ground
Ed?
in front of the. I'm just saying, you see these figures, and you're just assuming they're goblins based on how little they are. That they're just lying there completely still, right before the house. And so this is another little farmhouse, another good-sized cottage, real similar to this one. Out in their field, you see again your normal. There's like a wheelbarrow tool. Yeah, just like there's a scarecrow out there.
As we get close to the goblins, so from like 20 feet, I'm gonna shoot a crossbow bolt into one of them.
All right.
Into one of them?
They might need our help.
Into one of them? Or at one of
Or
them?
at one of them.
Okay. It's a
That's
disadvantage because they're laying down prone.
It's kind of rude, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if
He
we're gonna
obviously
play
doesn't
dead,
care
we'll just
about
make
killing
sure.
goblins. I like this.
Okay, so disadvantage would be the 12, so 15.
Are you trying to hit it or not?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit it.
Okay. No movement.
No movement.
Stick
Okay,
it in there.
they're dead.
As we.
I give you a pretty nasty look.
Well,
For
I
that.
mean, duh.
I mean, if birds could have nasty looks, you just got it.
The eyes narrowed.
He's flipping you the bird.
He's got 3 claws. For all you know, he's just pointing up. Okay?
Number one,
The
yeah.
bird is literally flipping. I'm telling you.
flipping.
That's one. You want me to shoot the other one too?
No.
I'll walk up to the other one. I'll just pick up
I
the
just
body.
kind of
in
take
that
my
one.
quarterstaff and just like kind of point it at him like little threatening.
Okay, is that a yes or a no? You gotta say something. Help me out.
I'll
here.
pick up the other body. Just
Oh,
like,
so you walk towards it and you pick up the other body?
Yep.
Okay.
Goblin.
Goblin. Dead.
can I figure out how he died?
Yeah, give me.
Looks like a crossbow bolt to me.
Painful.
No, he got the other one.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a check. No, that's
Well, who's proficient in medicine?
not me. That's a 7.
I'm not
Cleric is
proficient.
I'm not proficient, but I have a pretty good
Do we
score
have
in it.
anyone proficient? Because it's
One
fine.
of
If
three.
whoever wants to do it, that's fine.
I can roll and give myself guidance and see if I
I was
pick up on
gonna
something.
medicine check the one he shot.
Okay.
And investigate the body.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
Okay. So these things have crossbow bolt, as well as
Not anymore. That was so good.
major slices across their bodies. Like, I'm just gonna even say, like, medicine check. What was yours again?
7.
You could tell this with even just that. What I'm saying is this is very easy to see. These guys have been cut the crap up.
Do all the things that's our last conversation.
Is it
Like Wolverine claw type slashes through their bodies.
So,
And
Like-
they are just tore the crap. They're just tore up.
Does it
What?
look
Do
more
you
like
think maybe the
claw or
dog's gonna
blade?
do?
like
I
ward
just kinda-
slices or
No.
that size bigger or small?
Like a weapon or claws.
Yeah, some with claws, but not like war claws, because you don't really see them use claws. You know, these are like, yeah, like someone had 3 knives and went.
Looks like friends of yours got them.
Yeah, actually, I want to compare them in size to my own talons as best I can.
Oh, your talons are bigger.
Mine are bigger.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, because how many? I said 3. Is that right? I don't even know.
Well, look at the figurine. How many fingers does he have?
On his feet there.
Fingers.
Looks like fingers.
Looks like a whole hand.
Yeah, it's a 4-finger hand, yeah. But I mean, the feet of claws, those are 3.
Okay.
As he's
Okay,
kicking it.
so we'll say you have 4 then. This one had 3. Yeah, so a little bit. I mean, they're just closer to closer together.
Yeah, looks like 3 and a thumb is what.
Well, the first one you look at, they're closer together, and then you just see these cuts all over them, and then you see like, oh, actually, these could be kind of big. So like a couple of them are real close together, but then you notice a couple of them are even wider than what you could do. It's weird. But yeah, these guys are just tore up.
There's nothing on the body.
And
I
you're just looking
investigated.
around, you're like,
I'll
and
pray.
as you look,
I got the one with the crossbow bolt in it already.
so as you guys, oh, this is awesome. As you guys, as you're looking around, like you see like slashing blood everywhere. You know, like yeah, these guys were messed up.
Nothing on him.
Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, actually, one of them. Odd or even?
Even.
You find a pouch on yours. Yours has nothing.
Oh.
What is in it?
You see a gold ring and 5 copper pieces. Oh, I'm sorry. You do have one. I'm sorry. That was one. Your sack is big and moving.
Oh. What?
Yeah. Yeah, yours is big and moving.
Cool. 4 copper pieces.
Like it's
and a
just kind of like a big sack. It's kind of a lump. The ring is again, just so I don't have to look this up later. At a dealer is going to be around 25 gold pieces.
ring. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's just kind of a sack laying there, and you kind of pray over it, and when you start moving, it starts like moving. Something's inside of it.
Wow. Guess I'll open the bag. Curiosity killed the cat.
Chicken flies out.
Oh my gosh, chicken.
Yep, it's a chicken.
I start chasing the chicken.
Okay. Okay, so you want to try to get it?
Yeah, I gotta get
I'd
some
actually
chicken.
also
There's a
like to
chicken
try and throw
dinner
him
the
out
day you
so he
messed with
can't get
Captain
it.
Scratch.
Okay, so chicken runs
Uh-huh.
towards the field, right?
Field.
Naturally, it's kind of obviously probably where it hung out all the time. What were you gonna do?
I'm gonna thorn whip at it, so try and pull it away from him, towards me, of course.
Okay, so you're okay eating bird.
He's trying to save
I'm gonna
it.
steal the bird from him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cannibal.
So, okay, so you.
Hey, I have my own cat to feed.
Okay, so you are going to, yeah, you're both going to give me opposed catch chicken checks here.
I'm proficient.
I'm assuming you're grabbing with claws, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're running after. You're gonna try thorn whip it. Let's roll this off, baby.
Oh.
Oh. Are we doing just raw roll or with our
No,
skill
do
attack?
your attack.
20.
Bonus. 20.
Not natural.
Alright, so this is an attack roll, right?
Yeah.
With my claws.
Yep.
Can I use my dex with my claws, or do I have to use my strength?
Yeah, you would use. Yeah, you would use your dex and proficiency.
They're not finesse weapons.
No,
But
proficient with
he
his
is
claws though.
proficient in claw attack.
Yeah. So dex plus proficiency.
Or would it be strength plus proficiency?
Oh yes,
The
it would
ruling
be.
is technically
Yes, it is strength. It is strength. Thank you.
Alright, so proficiency is 2, minus 1 because of my strength, so I also have a 20.
Ooh. Are you just like?
Okay.
Grabs the chicken, gets reeled in.
Rip. No.
And that's how you get chicken
As you
nuggets.
both reach for it, you grab one another's. So you hit his hand, and you grab his thorn whip, and
The chicken
String!
So I'm gonna
and
go
the chicken
ahead,
keeps running.
and I'm gonna go ahead and pull him towards me. It's like leave the bird alone. Gonna totally play that off.
Okay. All right. So you. So I mean, again, so he kind of pulls your hand back. Do you continue to run after the chicken?
Not just his hand. He actually flew like 10 feet towards me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not
again,
for-
because you got the same though,
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna say he can choose to let go if he wants.
Thrown.
Right.
Brush myself, compose myself, regain my dignity.
You had dignity?
And then he goes back into the. He's like.
I must apologize. Sometimes I lose control.
Okay, the chicken runs off into the field. All right, what do you guys do? That was fun.
So inside the house,
All right, so you got to start
Should we-
moving towards the house.
Approach cautiously.
Yeah, because you guys have been so quiet. Cautiously is different though. Cautiously is ready. All right.
yes, we're ready.
Okay, so as you approach the house, the door is shut. So
I'll go to open the door.
okay, so as you approach, okay, so this is you, right?
Right.
And you two typically are running in together, right?
Why do we let the directionally challenged clerics go?
The doorbusters is really what it is.
I think they can find the front door.
The cat's here. The cat's here. The air cocker's here. Where are you guys at?
Wait, which cat?
You.
You.
I'll be behind those two.
Which two? These two?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yes, you.
And,
Oh.
And what about Kel? Or Kella, or whatever her name is.
Oh, she is happily standing behind
So
everyone.
we're forgetting
Wait, where am I
stealth
going?
now,
Where am
right?
I
No, there's no stealth happening right now.
Okay.
Did you just
Are
take
you
it with her?
kidding?
Where are you going?
I'll
Chicken
shout,
just
if
went
there
off
are any
screeching.
goblins in there, please come out.
Like, right down. Right there. Yeah.
Right there? Alright. So, okay, so you kind of compose yourself, start walking back, right? And, you, as you're reaching in, right?
As I reach for the door.
As you reach for the doorknob, I should sit back down. Sorry, I get excited. Okay. As you reach for the doorknob, you freeze. Because suddenly there's something in your vision that wasn't there before. Right behind her.
Oh.
behind her. She's in the very back. Is that a chicken?
Gosh dang it, Daniel! Chicken! Oh my gosh, come on! I'm trying to build suspense
He
here!
immediately chases after it.
I'm sorry.
Food. Nope, not food.
Do not apologize, that was wonderful. Okay. Behind you, like suddenly, right? Fast as like you saw this streak, and suddenly behind her, standing there, almost looking like it's frozen, was the scarecrow.
Why?
What?
And it's just, and yeah. So what do? You see it. You don't see it.
I don't see
You're
it.
reaching for the door
Yeah, I
handle.
reach for the door handle.
Scarecrows don't move.
Do I sense
Do you have a
it?
scarecrow?
He actually has a scarecrow.
Why do we have an actual scarecrow?
Because I had a week to find out fun things to do, and I came up with a fun thing.
I shoot the scarecrow.
So you just okay.
Do I sense
I think you're
it?
just pulling straws there.
So he pulls his weapon on you,
Hey, what did I do?
and it's not looking at you. It's not looking at her. Its gaze is on him.
You keep him in check, he keeps me in check.
Well, that would explain what happened to the goblin.
So what do you do?
Don't worry, I never miss.
Okay,
I'll try to shoot the scarecrow.
let's roll initiative.
I hope I don't miss.
Oh no.
I
So,
hope you do better. I hope you.
so I'm gonna say
Better
two things
than you
happen
locked
at the
it.
same time. Okay, two things happen at the same time. Click goes the door,
Yep.
and then twang goes the string. So go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh yeah, that's good. That is good stuff. 24.
24. Okay, roll your damage.
Oh, correction. I've been saying crossbow. I only have a short bow, so I must apologize. I will be getting a crossbow later, though. Hey, 9 damage.
9 damage. All right, so it thuds in. And you hear the sound of straw getting hit by an arrow.
Yes.
All right, now. Yep. Yep, I'm going to keep track of that right here. Okay. So, everyone roll initiative.
Yep.
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
rolled an attack roll. There, that's pretty good.
All right, anyone got higher than 20?
This guy.
Okay, in scratch. Fires. Don't worry, I never me. My name is Nico Montoya. You come on. Okay, anyone 15 and 20?
15.
18.
15.
Oh, you know what, guys? Here's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, he wanted me to. Wait, is it 9 or 9:30?
9:30.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're
got time.
gonna have to end this with the scarecrow appearing. No. Okay, so who got 15,
I
20?
have 18.
Suspense.
Okay. Yep. It would have been a nice suspenseful moment. Okay.
I know I'm not technically in the game to ask a rules question, but you're a rogue, right?
Indeed.
Why did you not get sneak attack dice against an enemy within 5 feet of an ally?
It's not that close. It's just behind her, not like immediately behind her.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. Thank you, David. David, when he was at my table, was always like, David, what's the rule for this? And he just knew. All right, so let's see.
The
We
two
were
15s.
15s.
Yes, 15s.
So what's your
Both
dex?
15s?
That's Ark.
Dex
Oh.
is 16.
Your dex is 16, so his dex is higher. He would go first.
All right, so there we go.
Might as well just go ahead and put me at the bottom.
You might not be.
Okay.
I mean,
I rolled a 2.
Well, what do you have?
I did too.
You have what?
my dex is a 0.
What's yours?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a 4, but I rolled a 2.
All right.
Sark is really focused on that door.
Yeah. Well, you hear a twang behind you, and battle senses make you, yeah, click, twang, and real quickly you do what?
Did it move or react to being shot anyways?
Kinda.
Kind of.
I mean, you moved it a little bit. It was a good hit, for sure.
Well, when in doubt, shoot it. I shoot it again.
Okay, take a fire. So, yep, it thuds in it. Actually, it probably, these things aren't really made of much. It probably would have been like flown through it, but took straw with it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just make a second shot at it.
All right, away you go.
Why not? This one's not gonna hit. 8.
Yeah. So. This time, she kind of startles and looks back, and as she's turning, you're trying to take another shot, and you're worried about hitting her, and so you missed.
What do I
you wanna
hit?
Huh?
What do I hit? The arrow has to hit something, right?
It just goes flying backwards into the open field.
I was aiming for that field.
Yeah, it disappears into the darkness.
I was aiming at the darkness, just so everyone knows I don't.
Do you do anything else? You have movement. You got, of course, your roguish thingies, or do you not have that till?
I don't get that yet. No,
Yeah.
I can just move up close to it.
You're gonna get right next to her.
I'm sure they like that.
Okay. Let's hear it. Okay. Yep.
These
What do you
5
do?
of these- I'm just gonna go that far.
Okay.
I like viciously mocking things. I'll do that again.
All right. So you viciously mock. Yeah. So you guys all look back and you're just like, what is that?
Why are we making fun of scarecrows?
Because they're terrifying.
Says the person who shot the scarecrow.
Yeah.
Just getting some target
So-
practice.
Yeah, that's why you did it. He's like, oh look, a scarecrow that moves. That'd be good target practice.
So
Yeah.
vicious mockery.
Mock away.
I've seen scarier bags of straw.
Okay. And then I take a thing, a saving
Insult that's
thing.
not somewhat directed at me.
All right. Again, eyes locked on you.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem affected by it. Yeah.
It's immune to psychic.
Yeah. It.
It lacks a brain anyway.
Okay. So you moved and did that. You're scared of this thing because it's a scarecrow.
And you're a bird.
You're a bird.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right.
Actually,
All right, you feeling all
apparently
right?
I eat these things for breakfast.
All right. Good. You've
The-
run into these before, huh?
The arrow that pierced it, did it actually go all the way through, or does it just? So it actually came out the other side.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to take my quarterstaff and I am going to slam it through the scarecrow and try and again kind of pin it to the ground.
Boom! Try to pin it through the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
No, I do not do any of that actually.
Okay.
Did you move
So-
closer to it?
Yeah, I did move up
Yep.
to it.
So you
yeah.
kind of move up to it, and so you kind of try to go right.
Yeah.
So it's really creepy because this thing suddenly appeared, and he shot at it twice. It goes through, and then he misses, but he's not moving yet. Like, you guys all respond, and you're like, even as you approach, it doesn't even flinch. It's just like frozen, right? Except when you come at it, and it's just like, it just kind of like moves out of the way suddenly, right? Still gazing, locked eyes on you. What do you do?
I turn around. I see a scarecrow
That they're attacking.
that they're attacking.
That was definitely not there before.
I toll the dead. And the scarecrow hears, if it can hear,
Yep.
gong.
Okay. And
Wisdom
then
save.
Wisdom save.
And you get a D12.
I get a
Damage.
Please tell me it didn't save. And I rolled an 11.
For people at home, if you want to see it.
That's
Oh,
funny.
it's
it's a
looking at me
19.
right now. It's a 19.
Hard to see.
So you're like, bong. It just stays there. Like, it's just. What does it do on its turn?
goes right for Sark.
It apologizes and leaves.
It says I'm
offers to
sorry.
frolic down the yellow brick road.
I need you
Me?
to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
You're good at those.
Yeah, he actually is.
am.
You're
Not.
good at those.
like I'm good at
I'm
lockpicking.
proficient with those, I believe. That's an 8.
That's an 8. What do you think? Do you think you saved?
No.
No.
All right, so it's looking at you, right?
Yeah.
So you finally, as you're turning around.
What the?
Okay. You guys, it just looks like the scarecrow, right? In fact, if you hadn't just seen it move, and you know that it wasn't there seconds ago, it's almost like it's creepy that it was suddenly there, but it's just not moving. So it just looks like a scarecrow, right? Yeah, sack for a head, old clothes, straw. It has these gnarly looking hands and feet or whatever. You see something a little bit different. Okay, as you look at it, there's fire coming out of its eyes. It's got this big, like venom-looking tongue licking coming out, and as you gaze into its eyes, you see just the glimpses of what you might call a vision. It's almost like a dream that you suddenly remember, that you suddenly feel it's there, and then suddenly it's gone. But what you saw, you don't even really can recall it very well, but it was enough that you are just completely frozen in place. Hand on the doorknob, you are not moving. And you are officially paralyzed until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
You're just frozen, and you're pretty sure the image that you received was of people that you've known. Not all of them connected. Maybe a couple of them right here, just laying dead in front of you. What do you do?
I'm assuming I don't notice him freeze.
No.
Okay.
Your
Am I-
attention is elsewhere.
Is he within 5 feet of me or am I farther back?
No, I'm gonna put him like about 10 feet out.
10 feet? Okay. So then.
I didn't feel like killing you off right away. No, again, specifically, there's a reason why you didn't get attacked and why he. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take
Glad you picked up on that. Yeah, you can step away.
step away, and I don't like it when things suddenly appear behind me. That's kind of creepy.
Especially
so,
when the sun is going down, it's dim. It's not a particularly scary-looking scarecrow until it moves, and then suddenly, ooh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try firebolt.
Okay, firebolt away.
Fire bad.
1 second, I gotta find it. 8. I only got an 8.
Okay, so once again, eyes not moving. Okay, you shoot a fireball, and it's gonna go after his shoulder, and you just see him kind of like distort
Okay.
out of the way, and then it just stays in that distorted position, right? So before it's standing there like this, and then you went and to hit it, and it went like this, and then you went shot at it, and it was like, and it's like this, but just its head just stays focused right on you. Fire bursting from its eyes.
If only I could scream, I could.
Yeah, you can't. You are frightened and petrified. So you try to move. Tell us what you feel right now.
I feel. I feel lots of things. I feel afraid.
Yes,
I feel
very much so.
Stiff.
concerned. Definitely stiff.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I'm.
You also feel like if you move, like it'll come attack you, and you don't want that. So like it's not like it's forcing you to stay still. You want to stay still because of the fear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like.
That's
okay.
the source
Oh.
of the fear is the source of paralysis. paralysis.
I mean, this is really scary now. I'm like, oh.
So that's what's going on in his head.
Yeah, it's just like, this thing's really scary at me. I need to run away. But if I move, it's going to kill me. I'm like, oh,
I feel like this is an actual monologue he's having with himself.
Yes,
as he's
that
just,
is
like,
what's going
frozen right
on
there.
inside
He's
of his
saying
head.
this all out loud.
Yes, he thinks out
It's
loud.
like a Homer Simpson with brain moments.
Well, that's what you hear. You do hear. You hear that. His tongue, his jaw's not able to move, but he's able to just get enough of the voice. He's just making these weird noises.
Okay, Sark is gone.
What do you do?
I'm a stab it.
All right, stabby stab.
I
You
cast
are within
stab.
5 feet.
Okay, that's gonna be 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right.
Does that count as sneak attack?
6. Yes, it
Yes,
does.
it will. You will get to do your sneak attack.
3.
Oh,
nice.
max damage.
Nice.
So 14 plus
3, so 17.
17. Nice.
Guess you should have been so focused on a single target.
Right.
Seen that coming.
So you, so you come up and you just slash at it, right? So before it took a little bit of straw with it, and so you come at it, and this time you feel like whatever, it's wood or something, it's like this gnarly kind of, whatever his hands are made of, you kind of feel contact with whatever skeletal inside he has. Kind of notch at that a little bit, but then poof, you rip his shirt a bunch, and a bunch of the straw pours out. Nice hit. Nice hit. Although again, you're used to slicing into maybe like flesh, and so it's a little disconcerting. You know, that you hit, you go through, and it's like, am I even hurting this thing? You're
Usually
wondering that question.
They die at this point.
I'd like to cast Bane.
Okay.
Can I get a charisma saving throw?
Yes. No.
He seems like a very charismatic.
I almost
No,
rolled
use
this
that, use
dice.
that.
Boo.
Let me
Yeah.
roll for you.
Oh, I should have rolled that one. Okay, charisma. Aside from being scary, that is a 7.
Yay! So he is affected, and
Yeah.
every time he makes an attack roll or saving throw, he must roll a d4 to subtract from that.
Okay, cool. All right, well, you're probably going to want to see that here soon, unless you
I'm gonna
guys
back
can
up
take
a
him out.
little bit further.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm just gonna go ahead and swing my quarterstaff at him. This time, instead of trying to jab him, I'm just gonna try and swing and
Yes.
baseball bat him.
Baseball bat him away,
That's
yes.
assuming I knew what baseball was, which I probably don't. 21 to hit.
That hits. Stick ball.
Oh wow! And I only do
Okay.
2 damage. I only
Okay,
do 2
you
damage.
kind of barely catch the corner of him. You definitely make some contact, but...
Clearly, I haven't seen too much baseball yet.
So 4 total?
No, 2 damage total.
2 damage total. All right. Yeah, you nicked him.
Oh, actually, no. That's a 2-handed weapon. Should
Should
I
we
re-roll
roll a
that?
d8?
Yeah, I rolled a d6.
I'll just add 2 onto your thing.
All right.
Okay. Well, no, I'll add 1 on, but
Sounds good.
that still adds what. Okay.
Extra damage.
Yeah. A little bit.
You said he has to roll a d4 and subtract it from his saving throw.
Exactly what I
Told the
said.
dad.
Oh, there you go. There
There's a
you
reason
go.
I set him up.
All
for
right.
this.
Hey, you wanted me to roll this one. That's a nat 20.
Oh.
You asked
For those of you just watching, he just decided to walk off to throw it, but he stumbled over his stuff.
This this might actually go through their window. That's a nice sized
I
dice.
would not.
Don't throw that out the window.
All right. Dong. All right. Okay, who am I standing next
I
to?
also dropped the die and was holding.
That would
Don't
be
worry about it.
The cat and the bird.
You're the one who's done the most damage.
What? No, that wasn't me. I
Yeah,
pointed at him.
yeah, you definitely did the most damage. So here we go. Shink. Ja!
Well, we know what killed the goblin.
Exactly.
14.
Yeah, that would hit.
Okay.
Was that with the -4 for the bane?
Yes, that was an attack roll.
Oh, Bane. Okay.
Minus a D4.
So like he comes in with this slash, and then like as he comes in, it's just like, yeah, you know, and it kind of hesitates for a second.
It is a D4 that you roll, not just 4.
It's okay.
Even if it's a 1.
Even if it's a 1, it's gonna.
That's why I didn't do it. But then the left claw comes out.
Oh, there's 2.
But he still gets a minus a D4.
Yes.
Every one of them.
All right. So that time is a 15 after the Toll the Dead. Yeah. So slice. 7.
Oh.
So now you guys. Oh, those claw marks. Yeah, I've seen those before. Because he's got one now.
I'm sorry, did you say he's got one right meow?
Meow.
Right meow.
I would laugh if I weren't bleeding right now.
Now you've done it.
No.
Well, isn't this just
Andrew,
perfect?
please save us.
Boy, I tell you, these monsters are turning into a real catastrophe.
Hey, mad respect. One of the reasons I don't like puns is because I'm not clever enough to do them. So I fully admit it.
I'm not happy that he's hurting my friends now, so I'm gonna magic missile him.
I'm your friend.
Yeah, you grew on me.
She's an autumn. Wait till winter.
She wakes up the next day. They're like, hey, friend. She's like, shut up. Hate your face.
13 points of force damage.
Hey, okay. Plus 13.
Yeah.
Good night. Okay, so those.
Yeah, wow.
Those sink in a different way, right? Those, yeah, we're not just pushing around hay any longer, right? This time when it hits him, it's just like because you get 3, right? Right, and he has to take a step back, and then you see him kind of recover slowly. Before it was all very like, you know, and now he's like moving a little bit more sluggishly as his eyes kind of. Ow. Magic user, what? Okay, Sark.
Well, I am free now because it was.
You are free now.
Okay.
Its eyes come off of you and look at him to attack, and now they're looking. Yeah, it's kind of shaking a little bit as it stands. It's not nearly as solid any longer.
He's
And
going
you kind
to.
of shake out of it like its eyes aren't glowing anymore. Like it's not fire. You don't see the tongue anymore. It's just a scarecrow.
I'm going to just kind of twirl my mace and point at it.
Yep.
Give me a wisdom save. Tolls are dead.
Okay.
Minus a D4.
Minus a D4. That means
DC 12.
Oh yeah, he fails.
That's 6 necrotic damage.
6 necrotic damage. Total 6 necrotic damage.
Yes.
I was like, do I roll a D6? What? Okay. Okay, so plus. All right.
And I'm going to move away from the door and walk
It's
up
it's
towards it.
visibly like shaking now. You hear like the chittering and the chattering or whatever.
You could really say that.
Well, you don't have to move him all the way.
Yeah.
Is he going all the way up? Or?
Oh, 30 feet.
Yeah.
How far is that? 30 feet?
Not quite. He wouldn't be able to quite get all the way. He'd get real close. There you go. Yeah. Yep. Scratch.
And actually, I do have something else.
Oh.
You do look very rough, so bonus action. I'm going to cast Healing Word on you. So you heal for 5 HP.
I live.
You weren't dead in the first place.
All right. So Scratch, what does it feel like to be healed by Gond's Gond?
Yeah, got it.
Not because it's like Grond, which is the big
I
the
like
big
to think
wolf
it's-
head that knocks down the gates of Minas Tirith. That's
I like to
Grond.
say across your
Gond.
wounds, it kind of feels like it feels like you're kind of sitting next to a hearth. You kind of feel it's like a nice warm glow from a fire as it just kind of goes to relax the pain away from your wounds.
Yup. Feels like someone is healing you with burning tongs,
Oh, ow.
I was just saying, just a hammer hitting.
but in a good way.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
hammer
worse
every-
than the wound.
Yeah, are there distant sounds of metal clanging on an anvil?
Sure.
No, it's
Feel free to add those sensory effects.
It's
feel
not
free.
metal clanging on an anvil. It's definitely nails on a chalkboard.
Okay. All right, you're feeling better. Warm fire. You've gotten quite a few different magical, glowy feelings today. It's a new experience for you.
Indeed.
It's kind
I
of
wondered
nice to
what
have
the
these
magic was.
companions.
Indeed, they would make quite the crew.
They will be quite useful. All right.
Alright, well, I'll try and stab it again, huh? This time I'm aiming for the head.
All right.
16.
All right, that'll hit.
Alright, so D8 plus D6.
Dang, those dice, though.
Like my dice.
Those damage dice. How do you want to do this?
12, 15 damage.
Well, technically only 7, but it's enough.
Yeah.
Alright.
How do you want to do this?
I will stab my rapier through his eye and then I'll flick off his head.
Awesome. Okay,
With a
yes. Yes. The light that started to grow in his eyes as he looked at you
Oh my.
suddenly goes out, goes dead.
I feel relief.
And your head goes flying,
That bag.
and it collapses into straw and dust. The hands like curl up into just knobs of wood. Its feet, his legs kind of snap and break, and you're just looking at a pile of sticks with some clothes and some hay. Whatever magical properties holding this thing together and giving it its form has now disappeared.
What was that?
Whatever it
You
was.
just
it was-
attacked a
Give me
scarecrow.
Arcana, because I'm assuming
The
you're proficient
scarecrow
in it.
attacked me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically, it attacked
It
him.
scared the living crap out of me, I tell you.
Did you not see that? Where did it go?
Did you guys not see it? That thing had like a freaking tongue and it had fire on it, and it was a.
No, it didn't.
Wait.
Yeah, it did. I just.
Die is
No.
good to you.
So, are you dreaming again?
Am I?
Daydreaming?
Is this guy silent? I'm like, ow. I don't.
That's fun.
Are you hearing
He starts
voices?
talking about like eyes and stuff, and you're
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
you,
hearing
you
the voice I
started to
usually
see
hear,
just
but-
a deep flicker.
Yeah, I think I know what
But
you're
it was
talking
stupid,
about.
what I saw.
It had creepy eyes. Like there is something
You
about
didn't
them.
see it. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. You didn't see
Why? What do you think
It was
is?
kind of creepy.
Some
Either
sort
way,
of
let's explore
evil
the house.
magic.
Let's go take a look in the house.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Someone be watching for another one creeping up on us as we open the door.
Not me, as I go stab on the bolt inside.
Okay, so you go inside and you see you see an odd sight. This is another home that got hit on the far side. So crushed in there. What you see are pigs inside the house.
Okay.
Okay, because where it landed, right?
I suppose
It was
that
next to
pen.
where like it was kind of on that corner. Yep.
So the pigs made their way into the house.
And so you see pigs, and they've managed to get into the cupboards, knock over some barrels or whatever, and they're just having a grand old time.
Up there, real fast.
And yeah,
Any-
that's what you see.
Anything
This
else?
outside of that, it's obviously the goblins didn't quite make it in here, and you kind of know why. Aside from the pigs looting the food,
Is there anything else in there? Worth?
you'll go ahead and give me an investigation.
And
Did
guidance.
anybody do this or just him?
While he's doing that, may I start detect magic?
I got a
Yep.
13.
Because rituals don't count against yours.
You got a 13?
13.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of look around at some of the basic places, and there's under the bed there's a little wooden box, and in it is a locket.
A locket.
Yeah, with a little with a what looks like a halfling face on it.
Halfling face.
All right, so kind of a bust of a halfling, and 5 gold pieces, as well as 4 silver. Looks like
Okay.
that would be some good money for some simple farmers. You found their little hidden stash.
Okay. Huh.
And that's what you see. What are you guys doing? She's doing tech magic. Anything else? You want to try to get a pig friend?
Not as cool as
Pig
black
friend.
cat.
I mean,
Do the
Not-
pigs
not so
have
much.
wings?
I will also throw this out here. By the time you get, when you guys kind of like come to or whatever, like, you're like, whoa, where did what's her face go?
Oh, she's not still with us?
Kella.
Behind us?
And she just real quickly and real quietly managed to get her way on the other side of the house. And so when all it kind of settles down, she just kind of creeps out and was like, "What the heck was that?"
Scarecrow.
What?
It was just a scarecrow.
you saw it too.
You guys are. It's good to have you around. She's just like, she just took off.
There's no need to fear.
Okay.
It was no match for my skill and cunning.
When searching the house, I'd like to try and find some cat-appropriate food to feed the pets.
Absolutely.
Can I find a ball of twine?
Not that cat.
Oh, yeah.
The other cat.
Yeah.
Here you go.
To which cat?
Him.
Oh! It just like bounces off of you. You're just like,
And then it just rolls around on the
and then the
ground.
little cat
No.
grabs it.
No. I don't just throw it. I hold on to the end of the string so it unrolls. As it
Oh, okay. So it hits him, falls to the ground, but then the little cat,
And it starts to roll, so there's some, and then I just let it go.
the flying cat, just swoops down and grabs it and tackles it and throws it up in the air and.
Flies after it, catches it, throws it
Oh
higher.
yeah,
and it's great.
absolutely. This thing, yeah, it flies off. You now have a kite.
Once we are off the air, I'll tell you something else that might happen.
Okay, cool. All right. What do you guys want to do next?
Probably head to this. Is this
Probably
one
head
house
to
or
the-
2 up here?
That looks like a house and a shed.
Cool, we'll go up there.
All right.
That was a fun experience.
All right. So you head down to the next place.
Over here?
You killed the wizard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're all over there.
All right. Let's see.
Because it can be a planeswalker.
This one. So this one, as you approach it, the door is shut. Okay. And
You want to open it?
On second thought, why don't you open it this time?
okay.
I'll open the door.
So as you approach, the thing that you notice about this door is that there are ornate runes burned into it all over.
I'm leaving this door alone.
Do they look magical? Can I?
Do any of you speak or read Infernal?
Yes.
Do you really?
I'm a
Tiefling.
tiefling.
Oh, yeah.
Tiefling wood.
It's like her native language.
You're kind of like, oh, I don't want to open this door, and you catch it pretty easily because it's native language. It says, "Let all who enter this home without the consent of its owner burn for 99 years in the depths of Nessus and freeze for 1,000 more in the icy waters of Kainai."
Yeah, we're not going in there, guys.
Yeah, okay, I'm all for that.
It's only 1,999 years.
Does
Did you
and
read
it's
it
like
out loud?
burned into it.
Specifically through this door? Or enter
It says it says enter this home without the consent of its owner. Burned for
Are you
$99.
Yep.
reading this out loud?
yeah, I'll read out loud just kind of vaguely. Yeah, I'm not going in there.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. I don't know when those places are, but they sound like really, really.
Yeah, it's a not good place.
Okay.
You could say. It's
Well, actually,
like-
yeah. Give me. Yeah, this would probably be.
Is there a lock on the door?
I don't know. This might be history.
Alright, well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna target that, but I can't target that.
Yeah, history is my best one. That's I'm proficient, but it's a +0.
Well, hang on. Let me see something real quick because I need to. It gave me another hint. It doesn't. Yeah.
No, no one's gonna read Infernal.
That's
Huh. Sorry, guys.
it's fine.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, okay. So why don't you give me religion? Yeah, religion's okay.
Okay. Did you want me to take the?
What'd you roll?
I was gonna say when I rolled, I thought it was history. But,
Yeah, that's fine. What'd you roll?
If it's a religion, that's 8.
Okay, yeah, you don't.
I don't know.
So I had detect magic earlier. Is it still?
Yes, yes. You didn't see anything in that. Sorry, I would have told you that. You know. How long does it last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah, yeah. It would have. Oh, yeah. You feel coming from inside.
Vocation?
You feel. I gotta look it up again because I tell you the type. Abjuration. Yeah, protection magic. Coming from inside.
So I'll relay that information and
I
agree with
put stuff where I can't.
Zatari that maybe we shouldn't go in there.
Yeah, that
I
like.
feel it coming deeper in.
Is there a
So
lock
it's
on
not
the
the
door?
house. I mean, it's not the door. You don't feel anything off the door. It's just you feel something deeper in. So you go and inspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of. It is locked. Yes.
Oh, it's locked. What kind of lock? Is it a tough lock or?
Yeah, I'm backing up.
I'm already moving on to this one. Like,
Definitely
Just
isn't a
over here.
simple lock, but it does. It looks quite easy compared to the other one.
You know what we call these locks where I'm from? Come on in, I don't mind.
Any help this time, though? It didn't help last time, so why try? Yeah.
Okay, I'll run up to him really quick. Guidance, because I want to see what happens if he actually opens it. And then I'm running away.
Has anyone ever set a cat on fire before? Just kidding. I don't know. Yeah.
So
They sound like a dog. They go,
guidance
woof.
Yeah. They go woof. Oh my. All right.
Alright, roll a name proficient. I get a +2. Oh, 15. Yeah, not bad.
Click.
Alright. Opens the door.
And we'll find out what you see next week. Oh man, so glad. So glad you joined us today. I hope you're enjoying our time, guys.
that was such
So
a
much fun. So much fun this week. Well done. You survived a scarecrow attack. Yeah, we'll find out what's inside. We got an interesting house sitting
We
here.
pig piled on a goblin.
What in the world is a scarecrow doing in this town? We have a giant showing up. We have a new friend that we don't trust, but haven't gotten rid of, and we have a potential pet. Flying cat. All right.
The wings that sold it, wasn't it?
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Man, it's a lot of fun having you with us. I go home and I read all the comments. I can't pay attention at the same time here, so feel free to leave us comments. We love seeing that kind of stuff. And again, please follow. Following will help us. Following will help us continue to get the word out. And when people get on and see a lot of followers and a lot of people watching, it just makes them want to watch. So let's grow this. We got a lot of fun. We got a wonderful campaign that we're gonna go through. Good having you guys. Good having you. Come back next week.